like 6 out of 10, I think.
That's why I waited until it was on
I
sub
think
before I
it
give
was
it a
like
shot.
the feeling of swinging.
That's what I did.
The feeling of swinging through the city feels good, and it's pretty automatic. I mean, there is a little bit of
I mean, you
rhythm
can
to it.
I
no, you can change it depending on
Maybe the
you
new
can have
game,
it
but I don't think the
you can
original
you
Spider-Man had that option.
no, the original no. But I think Miles is somewhat different and I know two's different
If you
where
turn it off though, it's like almost impossible to swing.
I mean, you can do it. It's just harder. I
when you
think
turn it off.
so you can have it do like automatic swing, or you can
Not
have it
automatic
do like
swing, the guide. If like it kind of steers you around buildings. If you turn that off, it's like
no.
Oh damn.
I was talking about the swinging where
Maybe that's my problem
no,
because I don't like it.
I thought the issue was you can have it where it's realistic swinging, where you actually the web has to attach to a building or something, and if you're in like an open area, the shit doesn't work.
I
And
don't know.
then
Maybe there's that option. Maybe it's the same option. I'm just thinking it was doing
because I
something
saw
different.
that option. I saw that option because like I was
I
in a
must be by default for me because I don't like the swinging pretty much at all.
yeah. I would check the settings.
Isn't that you just hold the trigger and then do you let up the trigger and re-hold it to re-swing? I can't remember. It's been a while. I
Yeah,
know you can
essentially
jump.
you can do it. You can when you
Yeah.
do a swing, you can let go, and then you can either hover in the air for a second. You can do the A button to like zip line yourself
Yeah.
forward, or you can hold the R trigger to swing again.
Sometimes you want to run alongside the building and it starts running straight up the building.
Yeah, the hit detection for
Batman.
that it's a little weird because depending on how you hit the building depends on how it goes. Oh, you meant to run? No, that's crazy. Like,
But really,
Batman is controlling a lot better for me right now.
you can just hold the trigger and hold. I don't know if you have to hold forward. It runs up every building, swings automatic. Like you can make it as basic as you want, or you can have some fun with it by adding jumps and tricks and stuff. But um, I don't think it's as good as people made it sound. But I mean, it feels good, but it's not as involved. But I don't. I guess I saw the clip of the turning everything off, and it looked like super like clunky and difficult to swing. So there's definitely a middle ground probably, but
I view that one as you got to earn the speed and the tricks you do versus like if you leave it how it is on default, you're just auto swinging and it's like the
and
most
auto
automated.
running, auto
Yeah,
run over every
it
car, leap over
it's like
every.
the most automated
See, it's not my
experience.
experience at all. Maybe it's different on PC.
Well, I know
Maybe
I
you're
only have
maybe,
Miles on PC, so I don't know if it's different for the first game, but I know for Miles it's different.
yeah.
Yeah, it always bugged me. That's just like you just hold that right trigger and you're just like you don't have to think about anything. But you can, like I said, you can make it fun, make your own little mini games out while you're swinging. Yeah, I want to jump. I want to do a trick before I try to get as close to the ground before I.
I don't. I just want to go to the next place
And
out
then just fast
feeling
travel.
janky. Hell.
I used to make
Oh, you
a. I
can't
played it.
fast travel until you travel.
Mm,
No.
I don't know.
T's like, I don't want to do the web springing.
I
Just
used to see how
let me
close I
punch
could
some
get.
Well,
bad guys real
based
quick.
on how it feels right now, I don't want to do it. I don't like how it feels. So
Could be
I don't know if
the
I need to
Lenovo
change the settings or
controllers.
what.
Could be something with the.
Hmm?
Could be so. Are you playing on the
I
Lenovo?
mean, I put it, yeah, but I dock it and it still
Oh really?
feels like shit.
Hmm. I mean, it
Yeah.
felt good. It just to me, it was like this is just like no wonder people love it because you don't have to think too much.
Spider-Man talk, let me come back from my sleep stream in a
Yeah.
bit.
Damn.
Actually, I started.
uh,
I started out just finding all the backpacks and all this side stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's all right. But when I just kind of pushed through the last half of the game story, just going, I thought it was a little bit better, just because I was entertained by the story and stuff. But it also was very rinse and repeat. You swing to the location, triggers a cutscene to set up the mission, gives you control for a little bit, sometimes a little bit longer. You enter the area, and then it triggers another cutscene of the boss fight, or introduces the boss, and then you figure out what you have to do in the building or whatever. and then you do that, and then you trigger a cutscene before the boss fight the boss, watch a cutscene, and then it like basically reloads the game back outside, just random, you're like on the ledge of a building, and then all right, open world time again, and it just did that for basically every main mission, and I was like, I mean, it's fine, but it just, I don't know, it didn't really.
The masterpiece I was told I was gonna be playing and
Hey.
shit. It's
As a-
kind of like it's
as a
kind of
geek-
like
Retro
a Spider-Man movie all over again.
No Way
Oh
Home.
my god.
No Way Home, is that what it
Oh my
was
god.
told? And for a masterpiece, sir.
Retro Death's the only one that still thinks it's art, probably. I know Trell likes it the second most after.
Yeah, I like it.
after
I like it a
Retro.
lot. I'll rewatch it just to humor
Not the movie, but the
the
game.
claims. Oh, the game? Oh, you talking about the first
It's
game?
Retro.
Yeah, the first game.
And you
the
are
first game I liked a
like
lot.
it the most.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm probably more. I don't know. I want to see when I'm playing Miles. My thought process is gonna be: Did I like the first one because it was just the first game in a while that played like that, or is it more so because I just thought the game was generally good? Because
Are you a Spider-Man fan?
yeah,
See, that's maybe my issue.
you're not a big fan of
Man,
Spider-Man.
he's not my favorite. No, not really. No, never been. I know.
Yeah,
for-
to me, with comic book
Surprisingly,
films,
to me, he's the most popular comic book character. That surprised me.
well, I thought him and
I mean,
Batman
he's
were pretty
been
close.
around. They're pretty close, but I say Spider-Man probably has the edge. But yeah, he's never been that guy for me. He's been too corny, cheesy.
Oh no, I can feel you
I
on
like
that.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man a whole lot. Like even the third one, I would put above the last movie or the recent movies, but that's as far as Spider-Man goes for me. He's never been my favorite, never or one of my favorites.
I always thought that
So-
was kind of the appeal to the game adaptations of comic book characters. If you don't fuck with the character, it kind of makes enjoying certain aspects of the game a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
I think so. I think that's a big part of it.
Like half of the reason why I think the Batman games were as good as they were, minor some hiccups, is because motherfuckers love Batman. That's like
Batman
was-
is that dude.
that was that man,
That's right,
man. Like the coldest thing
Yeah.
was to walk into a room of villains, and even though that danger sense became overplayed as fuck throughout later games, that shit was so hard to
Mhm.
walk in the room and dog walk an entire room of people and be like, "I'm
Yep.
Batman."
Yeah, because you felt like you were actually fucking Batman for the
felt-
first time in a game.
It felt more in line with Batman's like fighting and stuff. The groups of enemies,
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, it just kind of felt like this didn't that combat system to me just didn't feel like it felt as natural.
Don't
as
agree with
Spider-Man.
that. Especially looking at like the movies, like even going back to the Sam Raimi movies, he's done similar things in combat with a bunch of guys. So
Yeah.
that combat actually
I mean,
makes sense to me.
Spider Sense is there for a reason. That literally works.
makes- yeah.
Actually, if anything, it technically would have made more sense than Batman. Batman could do it just off of sheer skill. That was just the game mechanic thing they did so you could pull it off. But in terms of like correlation with the comics, Spider Sense is literally what they used. It's like a bunch of fucking lines coming from his head, like hell about to hit me. Like that made, like, technically it makes more sense. The problem is I've gotten like what 3 or 4 Batman games that use the same fighting mechanic. So if you played all of those and then jumped into this, you're like, cool, I'm right at
How many
home. But
times
it's
can
also
you
like,
take on the
damn.
big tank dude who can block everything? You got to wait for that one
Right.
opening.
I think that's the problem. The enemy design
What
is
are they
literally like the Batman games.
What are they gonna do
I know.
better than that? Or I mean, we're a little spoiled as gamers
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, they could make it more of a open combo system fighting game, like something along, not just like Bayonetta, but have a bunch of combos, so each fight can be,
Yeah.
you know, there can be a lot of variety. However you want to fight, you can also just a lot of times in Bayonetta, I used the same combos that I knew was effective in my muscle memory, but still, it's like the cool stuff happens.
I also realized. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the cool stuff happens when you stop having control and it just does like a cool slow mo, like cinematic thing to show you a finishing move. Which same thing for Batman, but after a while, it's like, you know, I want to be able to do that myself, not watch the cool stuff happening.
Like, I think they would have had. I think they would have had to
juggle the
rethink
opponent, get him in the air, then do the swing kick attack, and then slam him down. Like it was.
I think the problem is you would have had to rethink that entire battle system, and I don't think how much. I don't. It's weird because Spider-Man, I think, is a weird mixture of traversal and combat, and I think it's a bigger divide than it is for Batman. Like the only Batman game that's close to like that is probably Arkham Knight with the bat vehicle. Like that was like the closest we got to that.
The bat vehicle.
I forget. I don't know why my brain can't think of what the fuck it's called. Is it just it's not just the bat car. What is it? The fucking Batmobile.
Exposed.
Jesus Christ. I don't know why I couldn't think of the fucking Batmobile. Oh my god. That's on me. I'll take that. But the point I'm making is like I think the problem is you had to find a moveset that like worked for how quick Spider-Man moves throughout the city while also being like quick. So I guess the thought process was, well, if we mimic the Batman style, you can kind of get that equalizer, which, and actually Visor Grunt, that would scare me if fucking Wolverine is the same goddamn kind of game. It's like
Insomniac
it's not the same game.
Insomniac does not have the skills to do anything. That's the only reason they use that combat system.
Don't do
They
that.
can copy somebody else.
Copy that system. Come on now. Come on. They didn't do anything new there.
I don't want to act like Insomniac doesn't have the. I don't want to act like Insomniac doesn't have the capability to do it though. That's what I'm saying. To be different if they want.
I'm not saying that. That's a juice of shit. I'm saying they haven't yet shown that they can produce their own compelling combat system yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would do the safe thing, which is what they've done.
I don't know.
To me, then what's the point of making a Wolverine game then?
But I don't
know.
I'm so confident that he's gonna have the same. It's gonna be the same combat system with just his own unique finishing moves and stuff. That I don't know the amount, but I would definitely put money on it. That's how.
I would hope he would have.
I guess there was leak footage. I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, with the whole Insomniac leak from
the game. The game was leaked. Shit.
Yeah,
so
it was really.
I
to be
hear
fair,
anybody talk about it. I avoided it. I don't know.
To be fair, it was really early and it was really rough. So I don't want to be like, oh my god, like. But
people started modding this shit already.
I can see Wolverine teleport from one side of the screen to the next.
I don't think they'll do all that
at the right time. And
here's the thing.
Do that.
To me, Wolverine's gameplay should be way more combat focused than Batman or Spider-Man. Because they're not realistically, that game shouldn't even really be open world. That game should just be linear, and you're just doing like story stuff.
He ain't trying to do no stealth shit. He's berserker barraging bitches everywhere. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like this is the type of dude.
Maybe it'll just be a beat 'em up then.
That's kind of what it needs to be closer to than anything else.
Yeah. It's the older games, like what was it? One on GameCube, Wolverine's Rage or something like that.
Yeah.
It should be something like that. You could obviously gonna be some heavy story stuff in there too, but the combat should be like almost arcadey. You know?
Yeah, like
maybe Visor's right though. Maybe they'll just copy what Ninja Gaiden did back 20 years ago and have more of a combat system kind of like that where it's
Ninja Gaiden would kind of work for Wolverine, honestly.
It would work for me.
Yeah. If anything, I think the only thing they would have to figure out is how they want to handle his healing factor, because that motherfucker, like, it needs.
Yeah, because how you gonna die?
Gonna do some shit where he got some venom in him, where he's kind of sick.
Yeah, because realistically, for those who don't know in the comics, that man don't really die. So like, you're gonna have to come up with,
and he will fucking regenerate from that.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to be real particular how you write the story.
Be taking on Juggernauts? Is it just gonna be just defeating the enemy is going to be the challenge, not defeating the enemy instead of dying. Like you just have to figure out how to defeat the enemy. I don't know, because
So what, like make the enemy like the puzzle almost?
it's going to be weird to have him die. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I'm saying. Because Wolverine doesn't die. The most you can do is you can beat his ass, but you ain't gonna kill him.
Every video game he's died. Like
Oh yeah.
they're gonna give him an energy bar just like anybody else, and it's gonna like negate the whole regeneration factor. It's like what?
I would like if the game played around with it instead of just doing something basic like that. Like if you're gonna use
Yeah.
Wolverine, make use of the entire property of Wolverine. Like what the fuck? Like,
Somebody
hope
said
so.
Jean Grey was, I don't know if it was leaked or not, a character design or something for Jean Grey, which I guess it makes sense. Just because it's a Wolverine game doesn't mean it can't
Wolverine's
have other
very
X-Men,
closely
but
tied.
There's gonna be other X-Men characters in there for sure.
Yeah.
There's no doubt
It
about
could,
that.
It's kinda
it
like
could
that-
also be just him on his own, without any.
I mean,
mean-
they could just be like NPCs, or they'll help you in battle at some points in the story, stuff like that. Sure, that's happened.
It's kind of like how what was it? That Deadpool game that came out like what was it? Almost 10 years ago, I want to say. And that Deadpool game came
re-released
out.
that bit.
Did they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
re-released it
but-
for Xbox One.
Oh, so it was like probably the last couple years.
Yeah, I rebought it. That's the version I have, the Xbox One. I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
when
they did it again, but I don't know.
I watched somebody
they-
play it, and I was like,
It's not
okay,
bad.
but it's not. It's kind
No,
of.
it's fine.
I think it nails the humor of Deadpool really well.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of it. The humor is spot on.
Now that's a
for,
character that deserves like a Bayonetta combat, like a very
Oh,
deep
absolutely.
combo combat
Yeah.
system.
Oh yeah,
Almost like
Because that's literally how he
a
fights.
Soul Calibur, like
how do you
fighter.
kill him?
But it is another like how do you kill him situation. But like I said, you can
Well,
play around with
well,
that. It depends on the willingness of the developer.
You know, he got a virus, just like the Wolverine movie, the Wolverine.
Oh,
Where,
you
yeah,
know,
fucking-
Logan.
where they took his power for a little bit.
No, the Wolverine, where the fucking the chick with the venom shit.
Oh,
made him
oh,
human,
okay, yeah.
Not
Okay, I
took his
got you.
power,
I got
but-
you.
So they nerfed him in that shit real quick, and that's probably what they do for a video game.
I haven't seen that movie. I don't know if I've seen it since the theater. Did
I
watch
haven't
a
seen
second
it.
I loved it
time?
until
Like
the final
once.
act. The final act.
Yeah,
I loved that movie until the final act. It got big and stupid at the end.
I watched a couple sisters react to it like 2 weeks ago. They absolutely loved it. They thought it was.
You mean
awesome.
sisters or sisters?
No, sisters, not sisters.
Oh,
Spoiler alert: Silver Surfer out of nowhere. It made no sense.
But,
Just-
I don't even remember that.
that shit was stupid.
But they thought it was the
Oh.
best X-Men movie that up to that point, and I was like, oh man, I haven't watched that movie since.
What
Pretty
year
much.
did
That's
that come
X-Men
out?
movie.
Yeah, they loved it. They absolutely loved the movie.
What?
That's why it's weird watching reaction. You never know what people are gonna like or what they're not gonna like.
No. Here, again, I love the movie
But
after the
that-
third
I
act,
think it
so
was
I can
before
kind
they-
of see it.
It was before Days of Future Past, I believe. In the
Days of Future Past is probably my
they're watching
favorite.
in chronological order of the release
That shit is fantastic.
of the movies. So I don't know, but I rewatched that recently. I
But-
mean, it's still good, but it's not as good as I remember.
Not as good as it was when it came out. Yeah.
It's not as impactful.
But X2 and
the first
X2 and Days of Future, those are my two
Yeah.
faves.
First Class is pretty good, but it's not.
Oh,
like
First
the-
Class was good. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I really had hopes for Apocalypse after Days of Future Past. I was like, man, he's back on a roll. Ryan Singer, whatever his name is, the director. I was like, all right.
5'9" Apocalypse.
And it's just should have known by the onset photo. Something was the same thing with the Superman suit. What is every costume they show onset photos is like got wrinkles and creases, like it's not made for that actor. It's like, what is going on? I don't know if you've seen that stuff.
Making a Superman suit is not hard.
Not just
It's made
Superman,
body
though, the
suit,
other
like,
characters too.
it's very-
Their suits are all like creasing and like like they're made out of cheap half-inch stuffed suits that when you flex, they just I have a feeling it's gonna CGI over everybody. I don't
That's
know.
gonna look like shit.
I mean, they did it for Endgame and basically the last few Avengers movies. All the costumes were
Yeah,
CG'd
but they
after.
were at least wearing weird suits, so
Yeah,
the
that's right. They
computer
were
could
wearing. Yeah, you're
follow
right.
them. They weren't wearing their actual costumes and shit.
It's
So
weird.
I don't know what they gonna do with that.
I don't. How do you not? How do you start filming a movie when your Superman costume just bunches up and gets all wrinkled and
But
creased
just,
everywhere? Just stupid.
especially down in his crotchal region, that shit is bunched all
Damn.
up.
His shoulders though too is like his arm crease, his sides. It's like everywhere. It's like what the hell, man? How's
How does
Deadpool?
Homeland,
Ryan
how
Reynolds
does
was
Homeland have a better outfit
yeah
than
Homeland
Superman? What the
wears
what?
on a TV show that fits perfect. Deadpool
Perfectly.
was almost all practical except the eyes and stuff. Fits perfect, and they can't get a Superman suit. Even Henry Cavill's suit was pretty much what you saw was what he was wearing. They just changed the colors,
Yeah,
desaturated the colors.
it's perfect.
Um, so
It ain't
anyway,
that hard to make a Superman suit, motherfucker. What the?
The
Taylor
disappointment in Superman
that's a
adaptations.
game.
tape measure and fucking tape measure his arms and chat. That's all. It's not that hard. It ain't that hard to do. I don't know
We
what are you doing?
we still struggling though, man.
Why
We
can't we
still
get a
struggling.
good Superman game either? Like what?
I
Like is it
that
impossible
seems
to make a
almost
game with a guy
There's
flying?
that
one
seems
good
hard as fuck.
Superman
Hmm?
There's one good Superman game, and it's just good. It's called Shadow of the Apocalypse. It was the PS2 era. I don't think it's on GameCube, but that nobody remembers that game. But that was a good Superman game. Shadow of the Apocalypse.
I mean, he's another character that's just like, how do you have him lose? I guess Kryptonite, but
Yeah, it's
you know,
always Kryptonite.
that's always the issue with
Kryptonite,
Superman in
Kryptonite
general.
Fog. It was Kryptonite Fog in Superman 64.
Mm-hmm.
So
Apparently,
so they killed two birds with one stone. They nerfed Superman and they accounted for the shitty graphics by calling it Superman Kryptonite Fog.
I
Apparently
didn't
there's
even
a-
know that.
Good job. Oh
apparently
yeah,
there's-
yeah. That's good job. Good job,
let's
Titus.
see.
I mean,
Superman.
it's on paper it seems like a home run, but at the same time you have to nail the flying. You have to be able to fly long distances really fast. Otherwise, if you're just flying around a city, that just one city would feel kind of stupid.
Slowly,
Yeah,
Superman will be able to keep up with Flash and shit. Yeah. But they ain't gonna do that. How can you do that? You can't?
yeah. You could do a slowdown where everything's moving slow. You're moving normal, not slow down, but what do they do? Yeah, everything's moving slow. You're moving normal speed.
Yeah.
Just
But
to
you're
kinda
supposed to be
just give the effect.
you're supposed to be lightning fast.
But it would be interesting. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be the same issue Sonic Team has. Where like, how do we make them fast, but be able to actually control and do what go?
Yeah,
somewhere?
it's an illusion. You have to create the illusion of speed without actually giving you speed. Because if you gave
Right.
them speed, you fall through a fucking world because the game couldn't handle it.
Couldn't keep up. It literally could not keep up.
That's literally what they did for certain games. Certain games they just give you the illusion of speed,
Mhm.
or
And
you do
would it be
kind of
fun?
huh?
Would that really be fun if you could move that fast in a video game? Probably.
No.
Well,
not.
okay, so you could do what I think Frontiers to me is the best compromise they came with, which is that they made it where you can level up his speed. So it's not like you're just starting out the gate fast as fuck.
Mhm.
But once you get to a certain level, you're just kind of broken. Also, they made it
Yeah.
where if you get 100 rings, you go super speed anyway. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Well, there was a certain charm to in Sonic Adventure when you fucking outran the camera. There's a certain charm to that. So
I always.
but that,
I
but that
can't
was
say
already that was kind of scary. The fact that we got to Dreamcast and these motherfuckers already were kind of outpacing their own systems. And
that's
you're like,
true.
oh,
I think they should make it.
You might want to
sections
chill
where
out a
It's
little
like
bit.
a racing game where it's just like you move really fast. You have to plan your corners. You kind of maybe add a little drift element to it. You know, this.
I mean, Sonic's had drift for a while now. Sonic's
But
really-
make it like you're. You know, instead of on rails, pick the left.
They
lane, middle
kind of.
lane,
I mean,
right
once
lane. I know.
once we got the boost gameplay, that's kind of what Sonic became to some degree. Was a racing game. That's when he got the. That's when he
I'm
got the
talking about
boost.
the freedom of a racing game where you can take
Oh.
shortcuts, go all. You're not just stuck to 3 lanes. I know they did some in Frontiers is open, but
Oh yeah, Frontiers is open as hell.
Oh yes, and Visor, you're right there. I guess I kind of missed when you were talking about the juice, but the uniforms that they're all wearing is the JSA uniforms.
Well, yeah,
They're all like on Team Maxwell Lord.
I didn't
So
question that. It was like even the
my
secondary
problem is
characters, those
my
uniforms
problem
look
is this
different.
is a Superman movie,
Yeah,
and you're already showing us like five
you
heroes
see
and
all the
shit.
characters listed. I'm like, it's Superman. Like, why do you need all these
Yeah,
characters? But even those secondary suits or those suits that were of the
they look
same,
cheap as shit.
they still were bulky and bunching up in weird places. They still didn't look like they fit right. That's what I
Yeah,
was saying. That's why I think they just said, "Fuck it, we're going to CGI these over these costumes so
yeah.
that or it's the
But
ultimate troll."
that is a bad sign though. When you have to resort to CGI to fix some shit that you should have fixed in wardrobe.
I'm just guessing. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's just unless they have. I think maybe there's a program that'll just take out the little imperfections or something without CGI in the whole suit. I don't know.
You know, AI that shit up, huh?
Maybe they're like comfort for their actors was more important. I don't know. But other than
You can
Henry
pay. Fuck the
pretty
comfort.
comfortable. But I will say one thing. That fucking cape, Superman's cape looks awesome. That I don't know what material they made that shit out of, but that bitch looks beautiful.
does it? I haven't seen that.
Oh, it looks great. It looks flowy, and I thought it was CGI. It couldn't be because it was live action shots. I was like, wow, that bitch looks good. So that's one good thing.
Superman should be an open world game. I mean, even then, it'd have to be a huge game. Otherwise, you could just
Yeah.
I would like it. I would like it if it was kind of like.
Yeah, it's got to be
Where-
open world.
I like the idea that he had to keep his power in check. Meaning, anytime he fought, like if you're gonna have him fight regular goons, the issue isn't like beating them. The issue is not killing them.
yeah. If you kill him, you fail.
But to give
Some
but
Go ahead.
but to give the player like some cathartic release, if he fought someone like Doomsday, he could just go all out and just have a fucking field day
and
with it.
destroy half the city.
Mhm.
Yeah, because then it's like fuck it. It's like
Yeah,
They need
yeah.
the power of
Yeah.
the cloud for that, though, destroying the city.
oh my lord.
We need 10 cloud servers just to handle one fight.
Yeah, that or you could like teleport him to what is it, Apocalypse
And
and shit, and have him fight him there.
Yeah.
Then we can break
No,
everything we
what I
fucking
would want from a Superman game is I want some Clark Kent shit, some investigative reporter shit in there. So that to change it up a little bit.
Do you want it as?
Let-
Do you
I
want
want
it
to be
like?
Clark.
Do you want to be deep
you know,
or like low key
deep.
shit?
I want you to get.
I don't want some basic ass, like,
Yeah.
like Hogwarts Legacy.
The Superman
like,
shit's gonna be like crazy OP, fighting shit. So I want to chop that up with some like deep investigative reporter stuff. He's uncovering shit, learning, learning deep secrets and the storyline and all that.
And you have to manage
going through that.
between following up on a lead or something and rescuing somebody, like
Mhm.
that would be the challenge. I mean, is there potential there? Yeah.
You know what
but
a
it'd be
cool
hard
thing
to
could have
probably
been?
pull off.
You know what could a cool thing could be? Is like this is around the time where Lex is either running for presidency or about to become president. I forget where in the storyline it happens, but like Clark is interviewing him, and as he hears this man talk, he gets angrier and angrier. So there's like a section of the game where you have to like maintain your strength and not let loose because this motherfucker is just saying too much wild and reckless shit. And
Yeah.
Superman's like, you motherfucker. He's like,
That's the problem with Superman. He's always had to like hold back and shit. So
that's why I say a good cathartic release is to give him like a major villain like Darkseid or Apocalypse
Yeah.
where he can just go, fuck it.
right.
We throwing hands. And then you get the game and you're like, yo, we throwing hands. Let's get it.
I always laugh at the Batman stands. They're like, "Oh, Batman beat him though, man."
No way.
Yeah, because he held back. He could have nuked Batman into another dimension if he wanted to,
Yeah,
but he
I think
wasn't.
I think that's the
fighting him with full
misconception about
capacity.
Superman. Superman has the ability to kill everyone and everything in most cases. You're lucky he was raised by good people. Like that's it's like a child, it's like a superpower baby being raised by like quality parents.
What
Instead
about,
of,
like Lenny says, what about having some stealth Lois Lane missions?
Oh, I shoot you, I kill you. We ain't doing that. we ain't
Black
doing that.
Shield?
Listen, I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man more than Superman. I didn't like it there. We're not doing that.
Did you see the clip?
black Jimmy Olsen. Excuse me. When he's black, he's James Olsen. Okay, get it right.
Ah, boo! Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here, dog.
And
I
he's
hate all
6'4", most handsome dude.
That was nonsense.
Did you see the Spider-Man 2 director fielding questions about the Mary Jane sections instead of, we heard your feedback, but we just didn't care. We wanted them in there.
So-
we put more in there, and this
So-
time we because we thought it was important, and we liked her so much that we made her a huge part of the third act.
I
of the
know
game.
what they're
Like,
doing. I know what they're doing. They're doing
Right.
that thing where they go, gamers don't actually know what they want. Because in some
that's what he
cases,
said.
gamers want certain things, but they don't actually want certain things. There's a certain level of inconvenience you want in your game, otherwise your game is fucking boring. My problem though is that this is just you being fucking malicious because there's nothing fucking advantageous of stealthing around
Well,
as
they
Mary
took away
Jane.
the stealth part. They just made her. You could run up, hit a single button, and it's a single. It's like a stealth takedown, and it's so. OP.
Well, then I'm
You
like,
can
well,
just run around, stealth, jump on people's back, whatever she does to knock them out.
If I'm gonna do all
It's
that,
like
then just give me Spider-Man. Just let me play.
stupid.
It's dumb. You gave me a game with Miles, who now has powers and can do everything Peter can, plus a little bit more because of the electricity and everything. And then you gave me Spider-Man with his Venom suit, which is cool as fuck. And you go, oh, whoa, pause all that shit. Pause all that shit. Here's a taser. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what
Who
it
you,
is. Right?
who
It's a
you
taser.
talking to? Bitch, I
And it's-
have electrical powers. You got me over here playing as this bitch with a taser. How dare you?
And sometimes people, gamers, and are fans of things don't know what they want till they get it. Like Nintendo proves over and over. Like no one thought they needed Mario to throw a
Like,
hat. And
yeah,
take
like I
over
said, I
something.
understand his thought process.
Stuff
I
like
just
that.
don't like it.
But when your fans tell you, "Hey, we don't like these sections in your last game, specifically, unanimously, everybody doesn't like these,"
Because they're boring and stupid.
or we don't care. We like them. We're gonna put them in, but we'll make her OP so it's at least you can just run through it and just spam this attack.
Then don't put it in the
Stupid.
game. If you had to, if you have to
gotta do
make
that.
if you have to make it bearable, then that means you shouldn't even have done it.
It's,
Game design.
It sounds like you weren't even
it's like
confident
I
in
said,
it.
I don't think
You weren't even confident in it. That's
I
why
don't
you
think
did it in the
Insomniac's
first place.
capable of making like great gameplay.
I think they are. They just whether or not they're going to is the question.
maybe, but
What's
with
their what's their biggest series, or besides Spider-Man, obviously?
Isn't it Ratchet and Clank?
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank is I mean the pro. So
Jump
here's
left,
my,
jump right,
Alright,
jump
look.
left, jump right, hold the shoot
So,
button.
here's my problem.
It's not for the gameplay. It's not. I
My
like the
problem is
over-the-top
that my
things
problem
and
is that
kind
I
of
don't
stuff.
trust them with the story. But then again, I like Spider-Man 1
I'm
story.
gonna
I haven't
find
really-
a random clip of a Ratchet and Clank game. And let's
You
see-
know what the problem
I'm
is?
gonna
Ratchet
jump to a
Clank.
spot in the video, and I want to see if somebody's jumping left or right, shooting and jumping left or right to die. It's the
so
only,
here-
only way to
so-
avoid attacks in the original couple games.
Listen. OG Ratchet and Clank, I think almost everybody's unanimously said are great games. The problem is they've weirdly enough simplified Ratchet and Clank to the point where people just just like, oh, this is kind of easy and boring now.
And the
You've
big
given
thing
me-
was the different weapons. Like,
There
we
was the
got this
different
funny
weapons.
weapon here.
And I would say there was more emphasis on platforming in the earlier games.
Okay, I just click a random
And this is coming from someone who hasn't even played it. I just
Random
know
video.
fans of who've played it.
time slot.
I told myself I was going to try Ratchet and Clank, and then I didn't. And then the newer games have just not
Hopefully it
been
doesn't
appealing
crash.
visually for me.
Yeah, even Hulk has a better game than Superman.
Let's see.
Well, that's because
I
I
just
mean,
picked a
all,
random
all I
spot.
need,
I'm
all
not
I need to
just
do
gonna
is break shit.
This
This
is
looks
something
like.
Into the Nexus or something. I think it's.
Is it-
Oh,
to the
this gotta
Nexus,
be.
I can
This
tell.
gotta be. What is this? The
PS3.
PS3 game?
This looks for
Yeah.
PS3. This is pretty damn good. Like,
Yeah, the games always look good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that
never a
person's
problem.
taking a break. Let me jump to another spot.
Yeah, you got the jump.
You're chilling.
I just want to see this gameplay.
Ooh,
I mean,
Yeah, like
it's
the earlier
cool.
games had other things to them. The problem is that the later games don't.
yeah,
This is I would say this is probably around the transition period, actually.
yeah. The PS3 games is when they started to get more.
They're not terrible. They're just
Not terrible. They just got more. Like
what's the automated?
what's the word? Yeah, there's a word I can't freaking say it right now.
Homogenized.
Yeah, I think that's the best word. They got way more homogenized, and
Like-
just like you're just going through the motions
That's
in a lot
exactly
of the
what I
game.
was just about to say. Going through the motions instead of like, yeah, there's definitely some difficult encounters, but it's mostly because they're
Yeah.
limited moveset. Like it's really hard to dodge. You just have to strafe left and right and jump left and right. It's like
But they did.
I don't know what else they could do, but and
I
then
think because the earlier
unless-
games had like, from what I remember, the earlier games had the exploration in them. Like you could like they give you an
Mhm.
area and you could just kind of jump to a beaten path, and I think you got into a boss fight. I think you're never. Oh, never mind. You just skipped
Let's
whatever the hell
watch.
they were doing. Oh yeah, this is a gauntlet. This is just a gauntlet.
I don't think it has lock on either, does it? Or does some weapons do? Some weapons.
It wasn't originally.
See,
I
it's
don't know
just
if it is
strafing and
now.
shooting. Like to me, it's just like I know that's a. Like a
No, it
whole-
doesn't have lock on. It shouldn't. I don't know. Not from my
I
memory.
don't know.
I don't think you really needed it because of how quickly you were killing everything.
Yeah,
It just
I
felt
mean,
like you're strafe left and right, and you jump and strafe left and right while you shoot.
I mean,
That's
that is like a
basically it.
lot of it. I'm not going.
that's that's 80% of it. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, we're not denying that isn't like a big thing with the game. It's just
It is fun. I still think the games are fun.
I mean, it wasn't
I
terrible.
don't.
it just,
I don't.
it's
I just.
like,
I'm not
super
engaged. The remake was a bad representation of the
That
original.
was
Oh,
my first
I
experience.
never
and I'm
played
like-
that. That
I'm
looked
like,
bland
my
as
God,
shit.
this game is boring.
Yeah, a lot of people. The fans don't like that game.
Retrodust
Yeah.
said it was a better platformer than Odyssey. That's not. I'm not.
That's
making
a
that up.
wild
Yeah.
I'm
statement to
not
me.
making that up. He said that. That was real.
Retro. And the funny thing is,
It might be better than Sunshine, but it ain't no better than
the sad thing is, I think Retro's reasoning for it probably sounds better than the original statement, and that's what pisses me off. I'm like, bro, what? These are about the king of
Ratchet Clank movie
platformers.
bombed.
Well, that's also because it's a bad representation.
It was
of
that was
Rapid
like a
Racing.
straight to DVD
Right.
fucking movie.
And they put
too.
nothing in it. They put no real effort.
Are they
it's
still
not,
into it.
doing?
isn't it?
Aren't they still doing? Was it Sly Cooper? I thought
No. You talking about the wait?
Sony had another one they were doing, or am I thinking of Gravity Rush? It was
Oh,
one of
maybe I'm
those I
wrong.
heard they were doing a movie for.
Gravity Rush was a pretty cool.
I think
game.
they were doing a movie or a TV show for pretty much all those things. Gravity Rush and Ratchet, or not
Oh, those
Ratchet.
must be-
Horizon
those-
getting something maybe.
Horizon got canceled.
That's what.
Really?
Was that a show or a movie?
Yeah. It was supposed to be a
Why?
TV show.
I'd be
That'd be
curious
hard
why.
to do as a
It
show.
had to do with the showrunner being, I guess he was like a terrible human being. He was doing
Whoa.
terrible things. Yeah, he was doing some bad stuff apparently to the production team and all that stuff.
Oh, we're talking
So-
about harassment.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
he
a
was
problem
bad.
anyway. They require too much CGI.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, that shit was gonna be stupid expensive. I mean, how were they even gonna make that? I could see making a movie, a one-off movie, but a TV
It
show.
was gonna be boring
Like-
because I think it was gonna be one of those things where the thunder, not thunderclap. That's fucking. That's like GI.
Oh, you were barely gonna see any.
The thunder jaw
Any,
would have
uh,
been like at the very end, maybe one episode where they spent all their money
Yeah.
on.
That would have been a good way to end it because that
Would have
thing's
been
fucking
jungle
huge.
a whole lot, and probably on the volume and some stuff, and then like every once in a while you'd see something. It would be like Halo. It'd be like Halo. That's what it would be like, and I don't want to see that shit.
Actually, now that I think about it, anyone like the Halo adaptation?
No,
Okay.
Did they have a season 2 yet? I know they were making it.
it's out. Yeah, nobody cares.
They didn't make it any better. I have Paramount Plus too. I could watch it, or not Paramount, Peacock, whatever
It's
it's on.
trash.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You can't come back from what 30 minutes into the first episode taking the fucking helmet off of Master Chief, and he don't want to put that bitch back on.
I
Like,
saw that clip where he puts it
ruined-
on. He gets in his little side-by-side ATV vehicle, which is supposed to be the
Yeah.
Warthog, drives for like 10 seconds, gets out, takes the helmet off.
Bitch right back off. I'm like, all you
No.
have to do is hire a fucking wrestler, a big ass dude, and all it's not that hard. It would have been
It's
cheaper
like the
than trying to
Mandalorian.
get some out there. Yeah, and then just have what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. Voice this shit. That's all people would have. Fans would have been over the fucking
Mhm.
moon for that. That's all you needed to do, and it would have been cheaper than hiring a he's not a A-list actor, but he's an actor that people know. Why do that? Because you want to make Master Cheeks fall in love.
Oh wow, Master Cheeks fall in love.
Like I didn't need to see Master Chief's ass cheeks. I didn't need to see that. Like that's not what Halo fans want to see.
No, they'd rather see
So-
Cortana. I'm sure Cortana's. I don't know.
Yeah, of
Did they even
course.
have her in the show?
Oh, she's
For the
in it.
culture.
She's actually really good.
Is she like? Does she look like Cortana?
She's
or-
probably the better part. No. I mean, she doesn't look that much. I mean, I don't even really remember what Cortana. I played all the games, and does she have a look? I don't know. I don't even remember. But whoever they have an actress, the doctor. What's her name? And she is the likeness for Cortana. So,
Mhm.
and she's the actress basically playing her.
Mm.
But Cortana's great. I think Cortana is probably the best part of the show.
God, I keep
But everything
forgetting
else
to watch
sucks ass.
freaking Fallout. I haven't watched anything in a couple weeks, but I've missed 2 episodes of House
Halo
of
looks
Dragon.
Like
I haven't
cheeks.
been watching.
I fell off a House of Dragon already.
I was bored, so
Damn,
So
was that
boring.
bad?
the boys
Yeah,
kind
it's
of losing interest in.
boring.
Just I don't know. It's bad timing for
A
everything.
little bit. The boys this season isn't as good, but it's some good stuff in there. It keeps me going.
I feel like they're just doubling down on shock value gore stuff at the last few episodes
Well,
I watched. know it
Pick up
always
a
has.
comic book.
Well, yeah,
That's what the comic was all about. All the good stuff, basically, in the show is shit they came up with. Because the comic book is not that good. It's really not.
Is
So,
that why no one
it-
really talked about it until like the live action came out?
I mean, people talked about it for a little bit because of the shock value and the whole we're gonna make Superman evil basically, and but so the show does that stuff, but I think the story is actually really good still. It's way better than the fucking comic book story. So
somebody AV James, we'll get back into some gaming talk here. Asked her about Zelda and Epic Mickey refurbished. Like what it I don't know if I'd include that in the September list of crazy games personally. It's a remake, right? A remaster.
Well, Epic Mickey, yeah, it's from the original Wii game.
Is it a full remaster? Is it a remake or a remaster?
no, it's a full remaster.
Yeah, it's a remaster. Yeah.
So I
It
don't
looks
know.
pretty good.
I don't know if I'd put that in the like
The fun thing is I have the original.
Astrobot definitely.
Right? I don't give a fuck. Like it looks good, but I don't care. I've already rinsed.
Yeah, I'm
both
in a
the
weird
original
spot
and
with
the
it.
sequel.
I'm like cool, but I'm like cool in like the most lighthearted way.
Yeah.
I'm in a weird spot where I don't like. I don't know.
And they fucked the sequel up, by the way. So
Yeah, we don't talk about the sequel.
right. So
It wouldn't. I don't want to be mean because it wasn't like the sequel was trash. It
it's
just
trash, but
wasn't.
didn't
I
quite
think
hit.
the problem. You know what my problem was? The first game was so fucking creative with the whole paint mechanic. The second game kind of almost couldn't do. It would have to do way more to like separate itself.
I think what happened was by the time the second game came
It was
out,
getting out in a
they-
bad time. I thought.
yeah, and I think they started to believe the hype about motion controls or the hate about motion controls.
Yeah.
They thought it was a fading gimmick.
Yeah, it came out in 2012.
Yeah. And they were like, we want to make it for all the other systems, and basically the Wii, we don't, because the Wii was basically the lead platform for the first game. So
Yeah, but this thing came out right. I think when the Wii, it's like towards the end of 2012, which had been around when the Wii U came out.
yeah. But I think they de-emphasized the motion stuff.
Yeah, it did.
And for me, that sucked. And I'm like, that's one of the things that was really cool about the first one for me. And hello, motion controls are a standard, motherfucker, even today. so people try to act like, oh, that motion control fad. Well, wait a minute, I still use gyro in my
I was a little
controller.
disrespectful because as much as people make fun of the Kinect did sell well, and it was under the
So
same premise.
honest. That's why it fooled Microsoft into thinking people wanted that shit.
Hell, even I think the Move did well. I think the Move did all right. I don't think it was bad by any means.
I'm saying it sold well. It sold so well that Microsoft changed their fucking focus when it came to the Xbox One, and they fucked up.
And the fandom was so pissed. Like, what
Like,
the
what
fuck
is
are
this?
y'all doing?
It sold 20 million units at the end of the fucking X360's cycle basically. And so
Yeah.
they got tricked into thinking, oh, this is going to be the big thing that everybody wants now. No, not really.
Yeah.
Not the way
I
you
mean,
should
well,
do it anyway.
if you weren't gonna do nothing else new with it, that was the problem.
Right, you wouldn't do anything new or special with the shit.
You just gonna left it to be
I
what
don't
it
even
was.
remember the damn second game
What?
or seeing anything about it.
Because it came out. It literally came out right before. I think it came out the same month the Wii U came out. Actually,
Came
it
out
was
the
like
same month,
November.
I think.
It was like November of 2012.
Do I have? I think I have the Wii U version.
I know I don't have it. I know I don't.
I'm
have
pretty
it.
sure I have the Wii U version. Yeah, for the sequel.
I had the first one, and I didn't even. Yeah, it's right here. I'm
I
looking.
didn't even finish. I
When
didn't
is
finish
that?
that shit. I think
When is the Marvel vs.
6 hours of it, maybe.
When's that Marvel vs. Capcom collection come out?
We don't have a date. We just know it's in this year. Which I think that one's still a miracle game in my opinion, because that honestly I thought Disney was gonna be like, nah, never. That was the reason why you remember the other Marvel like Infinite and even 3 to a lesser degree were somewhat fucked up because Disney were like, nah, we need you to have certain characters and you can't use other characters and shit. And people were like, man, why is this roster so weird? Like when motherfuckers look at like we were missing like especially Infinite is missing like a weird amount of characters. And so we figured Disney was just kind of done with that after Infinite kind of bombed. So I'm surprised they were like, hey, you know what? Maybe. But a lot of people were saying because they're about to refocus on X-Men in the cinematic universe. The idea is, hey, we just had 97 that came out and that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
When we do some cross promotion, because there's a bunch of X-Men characters in the OG Marvel's Capcom 2 games. Plus that you had things like the Punisher and shit. All right. So I'm just glad that game's out of hell because it literally was trapped on an older console for the longest time, and there was no way to get it off. So,
wait, which one?
Marvel's Capcom 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah, because
Really, I thought this shit was everywhere. It's on. Well, it's on the original X.
Modern hardware. You couldn't get it.
Yeah. I got you.
The last console, it was technically on the 3.
Arcade Live or
yeah, it was
Live
on,
Arcade.
I think it was on 3 and 360. It was on PS3 and 360, but it was only digital, and I think you couldn't even buy it anymore after a certain point. Like they didn't keep it for long. So realistically, a lot of Marvel fans were like, "Bro, can we at least get a port?"
I'm sure that's a licensing issue because all the fucking music and stuff.
I always figured, I just figured it was Disney being like, I don't know, we don't like to, because Disney being like, hey man, these aren't characters we're currently promoting, so we don't care about them. Because remember, that's what fucked 3 and Infinite's rosters up.
Yeah.
Disney was like, these aren't characters we're promoting.
They put in there.
That's why we got Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy, and people were like, who the fuck? And that's no disrespect, because I think Guardians have some of the better movies, but at the time,
at the time, like what Guardians of the what? Like nobody knew these fucking characters.
Like I think
Doctor
the movie
Strange.
I don't even think the movie was out yet.
Like he's not one of the most popular MCU characters, so.
Yeah, but we couldn't get no fucking Ghost Rider because nah, bro, we can't do Ghost Rider. You think we're making a movie for Ghost Rider? Yeah.
That movie's a trash too.
I like the first one.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not saying it's great. About I like the first one. I think it's all right.
You saw the first one.
It's been a while.
When it came out.
No,
Okay.
I think I saw it a couple years after it came out. I saw it like once when it came out, and then I saw it again like a couple years later.
I was legit mad watching that movie, bro.
I would imagine why. I know why.
First of all, Nicolas Cage is too damn old.
How old was he?
How
old was he in that film?
Well, he seemed older because they showed him like as a teenager. I'm like, why did you use that guy?
Yeah.
He's unknown, but he could be, he could be a Ghost Rider. But it got weird because they showed their adult, not quite adult, but adult versions of him and what's her name? Spanish girl. Ryan Gosling. I can't think of her name.
Yeah.
They showed them as like teenagers under a tree and lovey. I'm like, and then they cut to like these old motherfuckers. I'm like, wait, that's supposed to be him?
Yeah,
It was weird. It was like seeing Henry Cavill try to play a teenager,
Yeah.
and it was like, what? Why do you do that? Why you do that? He's all talking about some. You're not my dad. I'm like, you're 30 years old. Get that shit out of it.
I don't know. Sometimes that's better than trying to recast somebody.
No,
that-
but here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Remember,
that's
remember
the reason why I
the
did it.
this movie specifically. Remember the guy, the kid who played younger Superman, younger Clark. Like, I think if they would have just waited, like, to shoot that at the end of the shoot, that kid fucking grew like 5 inches over the summer, and he would have been perfect as the teenage, later teenaged Clark.
Well, I mean,
But-
that's hindsight's 2020 on
And
that
then
one.
the,
Hindsight is
the
2020.
teenage
For me, I
Clark-
would have shot that scene last anyway. That as a director, thinking of a director, that's some shit I would have saved, because that stuff does happen a lot, where your younger actors fucking will have a growth spurt. And like, oh, now I can use you for this, but whatever.
Yeah,
It's
very
just
much.
weird because it's like this is supposed to be 16, 17-year-old, and especially in that movie, and then he doesn't really look
Yeah.
like
Black
Christopher
Shadow.
Reeve, who's only like supposed to be what 5 years later, 8 years, 7 years later, whatever it is. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't look. He looks too different. But Ayers asked about what do you think the top down.
But it gave you the transition, man. With Jarrell, and there was a long transition, and he just flew out of the
Mm-hmm.
the Fortress of Solitude, and he was a different person at that
Yeah.
point. Let's go with it.
Yep. So back to gaming, Ayers. It's a good question. What do you think this echoes of? What's the Zelda game called?
It goes with wisdom.
Wisdom.
Because of wisdom. Oh yes.
Do you think that's gonna? I mean, we're talking the end of the Switch's life, more than likely. I mean, it's obviously near the end. After 2 massive Zelda games, like, is this gonna be a 10 million seller, 5 million seller, 20 million seller? What do you think?
I think it'll be at least 10.
I'm gonna say around 10 at least. I don't think it's doing 20, but I think it'll do 10.
No, I'll give it 10.
I don't think it's gonna do 10.
What do you think it's gonna do? 5?
I think between 5 and 8. If this was 2 years ago,
Well,
Tears of the Kingdom was 2 years ago, but this was.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I just think the timing of it is gonna be, and then I don't know.
I'll see your doubt, and I'll raise you Super Mario Party, man.
Super Mario Party. I think the new Mario Party might outsell the Zelda game. But what did Link's Awakening sell? Do we have numbers?
You're talking about the
7 or 8.
Hold on,
That was
That
a
would be
I
a good kind of gauge, I think.
Well, that was a
can
remake.
go check.
Yeah,
It's
because
up there somewhere.
Oh, let me see.
I mean, I get that EVG.
I feel like we just went over these numbers.
You're changing up the core gameplay of Zelda could be the opposite effect than making it gain more people want to play it. Honestly, like that's the thing I'm least excited about is that scrolling through the puzzle element of it could be
There ain't no scrolling.
interesting, but
This ain't no Game Boy game.
all the items you get, like for the puzzle elements, I like.
I think the
but for
last time it got
combat, I
updated-
don't know.
The last
We
time I
just-
got updated,
we
it's like
just looked at this.
6.46, but
How
that was
much?
in December. 6.46 million, but that was the end of December. I don't see any newer sales in that.
I think the new
So
game.
I'm gonna say around 7.
Yeah, I think
that's
the new
around
game
7
will,
probably.
I think the new game will probably do better, but I don't know. It's the end of the Switch. All bets are off. It could be. It could sell 20 million.
Well, realistically,
It could
what's
sell
the,
2 million. I don't.
The Switch doesn't die. The Switch ain't never dying though.
also here's my
selling.
here's my question: what is the competition for the latter half of this year looking like? To where it'd be like, oh man,
Is there a
might-
Pokemon game?
No, I'm not. I don't
No.
think so.
There ain't no competition.
Maybe it'll do 10 million
Oh, and
just in the holiday.
They're releasing a fucking Switch Lite Gold.
yeah,
and
that's
then
the other thing. It's
Those
another
guys-
those
fucking.
bitches.
Why are the
Those
light? I
bitches.
think they probably got
Because
hardware they want to get rid of.
Just released a fucking regular Switch with Zelda. So they got to go with the light.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because Tears of the Kingdom got the.
I just think it's weird they're still supporting the light. Like it didn't do what I thought it was going to do in Japan, and I wonder.
It's going to do better with that gold fucking.
It is going to do better with
It
that.
didn't do what I thought.
I'm getting to a couple of them bitches probably.
I expected it to do kind of in Japan.
Baskets.
I thought it was going to do what the OLED turned out to do, which become the new mainline system. The new.
It was always up in the air because the Switch is already portable.
I know, but
You know?
I just
And
thought
if you-
the smaller design. A lot of people say, "Oh, I
Cheaper
don't dock
price.
my Switch," and I expected it to do way better. I
Yeah.
don't know what the final.
My Switch, but if I wanted to do that, I want to be able to do it. I'll never do it, but just in case, I
That's
want
literally
to.
what it is.
I think
That's TT nailed it. A motherfucker will be like, well, you can get this portable only version or this console and portable version. Well,
Yeah.
I like if I change my mind in the future, I at least have the ability to do it. If I buy the portable, then I gotta stay portable. I don't like that. I want
And
options. I want
smaller-
options. I want options.
The screen is smaller too.
They could put
I don't know,
if I
man.
want to-
And it's not as good.
If they put an OLED on
Oh.
it, I could
They put an
see.
OLED on. I mean, that look kind of nice and portable, bro.
The way Joy-Con drift, I can't just replace the Joy-Con. I got to turn my whole system in. That's bullshit. I don't want that.
And they didn't change the layout either to like, hey, this is a handheld only. We don't have to have the buttons directly under the stick, unless I'm remembering that wrong.
No, they didn't change it. I think only they changed. Didn't they change the D-pad at least? I thought.
They didn't? They got it. It's a D-pad, yeah.
We got the
Hold on,
D-pad,
let me
but I
check,
mean
let me
how
check.
they have the right buttons directly underneath the right analog stick on the Joy-Cons, which makes it
No,
hard.
that
Makes it hard to hit
that's-
the like X, Y, and B without hitting the thumbstick.
Well, see, you're right, but that didn't stop them from fucking not doing that.
Oh, yeah, because
Nope.
they put it. It's above, sorry, not below. But yeah, hitting the B button without hitting the thumbstick on the Joy-Cons is really a challenge.
I
And,
agree.
And they didn't
Hold
change
on.
it. They just kept
which
it.
one
Just,
should I look at?
This is T being like,
yeah,
well,
they
I
kept
have-
it just like the Joy-Cons, except smaller. Doesn't have the same height, which made it even
Let me
more.
see.
I tried it at Best Buy. I was like, yeah, this is not for me. Like you had the opportunity to make an more ergonomic system because it doesn't have to worry
Yeah,
about docking or
sure.
sharing Joy-Con controllers, and they said nope.
Unboxing for the first time? No.
Ain't no way. The fuck.
They
I'm
got
kidding,
more
I'm
colors on the Switch Lite than Xbox has on controllers. Damn.
I don't think that is that true. I don't
There's
believe
a lot
that's.
of options. I'm looking. I didn't know there was this many.
I'm a little surprised because I thought,
That looks
Oh,
like
wow.
a Fisher Price.
what is that, the Pokemon one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, what the
That
fuck?
design, the gorgeous thing.
Ain't bad. It ain't bad.
I could
just,
see
you
they
know,
wanted to keep the general same shape, but
This,
I just,
this actually feels. This feels more comfortable than the regular Switch.
I can
just
see
like
that.
hitting that B
Because
button though
it's-
without hitting the damn analog stick is what drives me crazy.
Hitting the what?
The B button without. Yeah, like turn your hand up because if you
I have big hands and I'm not hitting no B button unless I'm
No, I'm
trying.
saying, try to hit the B button without
the
nudging
defiance
the right
is
stick.
hilarious.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
like, I ain't doing that.
Just playing
shit.
it normally, you're in the game.
Uh-huh.
Go to hit the B button without bumping the right stick. That's what I have a problem with the Joy-Con. I'm
I-
not saying every
I-
single time, but it's just in. If I like, it just becomes. Like
I
in the
don't have
heat
that.
of-
I don't have that problem on here. And as far as Joy-Cons, I never use them, so I don't know.
I couldn't get I
Um,
couldn't do the more advanced moves in Odyssey with the Joy-Cons. I can't hit the little buttons without fucking bumping the stick. It just doesn't.
Let me rephrase that. I never use Joy-Cons
Sense.
like attached to the system
yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
playing handheld. So that's not. I'm not used to that. I use for those wondering, I use some real Joy-Cons, the Split Pad Pro, the Nixie ones, which feel like a real controller in your hand. But no, this actually does feel. I could go portable with this a whole lot better. So there is some value to that, I think, at least for people
No,
with
I think
bigger
there
hands.
is, yeah.
I can go portable a lot better with the Switch Lite than I can with the regular Switch. Well,
No,
if I use the Joy-Cons, what I'm trying to say.
Okay, gotcha.
I've gotten
it feels
more
more
used
comfortable.
to the standard Joy-Cons attached.
I'm gonna have to start using this bitch more.
But yeah, like Ayers was saying, like traditional top-down Zelda, think it would have sold no more than 3 million magical if Echoes was traditional top-down Zelda. I don't think that's gonna help. Honestly, I don't think the Echo mechanic's gonna be some strong selling point. I think if you're interested in the series, you're gonna play it. I don't think it's gonna be like, oh my god, that looks so fresh and new. I'm gonna pick this up where I normally wouldn't buy a top-down Zelda game. I don't see that being a huge.
We'll see.
They're just gonna.
Echoes is very a Nintendo to me. It's what because Nintendo's not just gonna do. Oh, we could have just made another kind of top-down Zelda game that's new.
Right.
And
that's just not Nintendo. It's not in their MO.
They have to like.
I
don't think they needed to have Zelda play just like Link or anything. So I don't know exactly what they could have done.
But I would have rather controlled Tears of the Kingdom Zelda than Chibi Zelda. I'll tell you that. But hey, baby steps.
Yeah, it does bring up an interesting question though. Like, if you're gonna have Zelda playable, you almost have to have her turn into Sheik for combat or something.
You don't have to have her turn into Sheik.
Well, you can't just. You're not gonna have just from any of the series Zelda be throwing fists or anything or swinging. I just don't.
Well, no. I don't expect. I don't expect to be using
some kind of magic or something.
No.
I don't expect her to use. I mean, she'll probably have magic.
She can have a bow and then magic.
I went to go check the trailer again. In the was it on the top left? I think where they have the D-pad icon. They show the rod in one hand. They don't show off what the other three icons are.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming one of them is probably a bow and arrow, and there's probably maybe a mage.
I'm not used to using like dual mini blades or something different. I don't want a straight up sword like Link uses. I'd rather have her have a different wielding weapon. But I'm not against her having something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be curious to see.
She earned her bow, skills, so she's already got that. Obviously, she's magic. Which I would like Link to use again in a Zelda game at some point. Well, I guess not, because he's got these weird tablets with magical abilities. So I guess they don't want to give him straight up magic anymore. But
no,
it would be nice. It would be nice.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer to pay attention to like the icons and stuff. I have a feeling, I'm just throwing this out there. Like you echoed a table. I bet it's gonna kind of be like the Shantae thing where you're gonna find a new item that's gonna be your new like go-to, and some of the other earlier items might become obsolete because you get a more useful item later, which is fine. It's progression. But it's like, is there gonna be a limitation? Why wouldn't you just use the water blocks to get up everywhere? Like,
yeah.
Once you get them, why wouldn't you just use them?
Well, I mean, it depends on how.
Reason to not everybody's gonna do that. Not every company you be like, oh man, this is gonna wear thin quickly. I'm confident in Nintendo is gonna give you a reason to not just do that. Because I'm sure they sat there and thought about that. It's like, okay, well, people are just going to use this. Let's find a way to not make them just use this and to use other abilities. Because Nintendo's smart when it comes to gameplay like that. This ain't no Ratchet and Clank team.
Oh, they did it! Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, you're looking for that Wolverine game with 2 buttons. Like, what the fuck? let me chill out. That's cold. Yeah, that's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah. He's a guy who's played and beat every Ratchet and Clank except for the latest one.
Was it Rift
Apart?
Apart?
Been beaten yet. Rift Apart is only.
You could have got that on PC, bro. It's on sale.
Not counting the remaster.
Oh, you're talking about for the first game?
The first game.
I bought that digitally for $20 based upon all the great.
Wasn't it like 30 FPS too?
Yeah, it's the only one that's 30 FPS.
I was gonna say, I don't feel right for Ratchet. I wouldn't touch that shit.
I was missing jumps. Like, it just didn't feel like.
That very much was a rush job.
It's on PS4. That's some bullshit.
It also doesn't use the cutscenes from the movie.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah,
lazy trash. That was a lazy cash grab that didn't work. Thank God.
What else was something else was.
What?
30 FPS that I was surprised in the last few weeks, maybe.
Actually, it's not a question. Have you even touched Hellblade yet?
Luigi's Mansion? I don't know.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 is 30 FPS.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's
That's
like
what it was.
You took a 3DS game, put it on the Switch, and you can't have it at 60. Get the F out of here.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything visually up crazy or anything.
They cleaned it up for sure. I mean, it looks.
They cleaned it up.
More
I'm
polygons.
saying they didn't do anything crazy. They
No.
did what I expected to do with the graphics. They cleaned it up, but that's it.
Did you see Digital Foundry's video on that whole on Luigi's Mansion 2?
No.
I queued it up. I hadn't watched it though.
They were way more praising of that game.
I might have, because they did a lot more. That's where I think they pointed out they did a lot more.
Yeah.
Polygon.
Did they?
Yeah. Well,
did they though?
A lot more than I thought.
It's a 3D
if you look at it, you're not gonna notice it, but when they broke it down, I could see why.
There's
I pulled the game out and started playing it again. I'm like, and I started looking at it. I mean, obviously, it's it's not the same. I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at my 3DS.
The problem is that
significantly more polygons. Everything's more round. There's new textures. It's not just like up-resed it and smoothed it. Like they actually had to add polygons and textures.
I think the problem is when it comes to Luigi's Mansion now is that if you got since we have 3, you look at 3 and then you go back and look at 2 and you're like
a downgrade, major.
Oh my gosh. People weren't even happy about 3 being 30 frames, but people would take that L because they're like, "Well, this game looks gorgeous. The game looks gorgeous." So we were like, "All right, cool." But then you go look at 2 and you're like, "I don't know, bro. I feel like you could have boosted that FPS a little bit. I think you bullshitting." I didn't know the original Luigi's Mansion was unlocked though on the 3DS. The 2's unlocked frame rate on 3DS, which kind of shocks me. So they just said, "Fuck it, we'll just lock it to 30 instead of trying to boost it to 60." So apparently, even though it was unlocked, it was only going up to like high 30s. It was like 39 or some shit.
And that's why you gotta be played on the Steam Deck
it's
though.
Fucking full price. There's a whole
you get 60 on the Steam Deck on that bitch though.
Yeah, I knew
it. There was a whole thing about people complaining about people who complain about the $60 price tag of Luigi's Mansion 2. It's a new game to a lot of people. The same argument.
Oh fucking Christ!
We're not doing this.
10-year-old game.
A lot of people. What the? That is not a defense. Every game is a new game to millions of people. That's not a defense. Stop it. Stop.
There's no reason.
I can't.
For Nintendo
at the very least,
game.
it should have. At the very least, you could have took at least $10 off that bitch.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, let me fix that. I'm sorry. You guys knew what I meant. But every remake or remaster is a new game to millions of people.
To somebody, it's a new game.
It's new to somebody.
So come off that. Come off that. You know what? What just came out recently? Beyond Good and Evil. That is a new game to millions of people. You know how much that bitch cost? $20 goddamn dollars, that remaster. So I don't want to hear this shit.
It was
bro.
also for Donkey Country HD Returns.
Yeah.
HD. That's even less work. That's literally less work.
Well, okay, from what we've seen of it, it is less.
So
from what we've seen is less work.
It's literally less work.
To do. There was less to do. They didn't.
Well, yeah, because you're going from Wii to.
Why did
you're
they
going from console to console?
How come they couldn't just use the Tropical Freeze Harry Donkey Kong? Like,
well,
it's somewhere in between, I think.
Considering the studio that's touching it isn't even retro, it's.
Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to certain types of games like Luigi's Mansion, I'll throw Donkey Kong in there. Go emulate that shit, bro. You're gonna get all the bells and whistles for none of the price.
Especially if you already own
especially if you already own it. Like, I'm not buying that shit. I'll play it on my Steam Deck with the same visuals, basically, and better frame rate.
It looks as good as Tropical Freeze back when in 2014 with the Dolphin emulator and texture packs. It's like someone made it look as good as Tropical Freeze. Oh, Mario Bros.
Now,
Donkey
when
Kong's
it comes to Metroid Prime, that ain't the case, because Prime Hack does not look nearly as good as Prime Remaster.
Not at all.
So that's different. And that was $40. Again, they actually put in a lot of work into Prime Remaster and they charged $40. What is this pricing? What is going on? Why all over the place with the pricing? Because it's Mario? Is it because it's a Mario game and Metroid isn't? Like, what's going on? That's my only guess. Is that Luigi's Mansion and Donkey Kong or in Mario World type of games? They're in the Mario ecosphere, and they feel like they can charge more for the Mario games.
Looking at the sales of New Super Mario Brothers U and what are some of the other higher selling ports, and just like
Yeah, that bitch sold what? How much is that sell?
that's like
12
15.
million?
I think it's
Is
close
it
to
15 for Mario,
somewhere. It's up
the new
there. It's
Super
in
Mario?
13
Oh
maybe.
my lord.
17 maybe. It was up there.
Woo.
And it's crazy because it's like to a lot of people that's a Switch game and it'll always be. Like it's
Yeah,
fine, but just $60 is it never sat right. I don't even know if that comes with the Luigi U DLC or not.
it does.
Does it?
It at least does that.
But yeah, it's just there's to not even be able to see the argument of someone saying, yeah, this shouldn't be a $60 game, and just like slurp that Nintendo D and just say, oh well, don't like it, don't buy it. I hate don't watch, don't like it, don't watch it, don't
Well,
like
no
it, don't
shit.
buy it.
But that doesn't mean I can't complain about it. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna just because your feelings get hurt.
Just because I
I'm
see
still
the
gonna say it's bad. It's
company I
cheap.
like doing
Yeah,
stuff that's I think questionable consumer not anti-consumer, but it's like a little bit of greed, a little bit of like value for your money. Like they always were passionate about value proposition with Iwata,
yeah.
and now it's just like, what can they get away
And
with?
here's the thing: is these same people who get upset when you bring this stuff up about Nintendo have no problem talking about it when somebody else is doing a cash grab, a company they don't care about or don't
Hmm.
like. They have no problem talking about it then.
Or if it's their
That's
favorite thing,
hypocrisy.
if it's somebody's favorite thing like Metroid Prime, if they charged
Mhm.
60 with how it looked, I wouldn't have complained about it. I was surprised it was 40.
Because look, that bitch looks a lot better than the original
Hmm.
game. They put in some work.
And
I mean,
sometimes
it
you're
looks so good that I knew it. This is how I knew who did and who didn't play Prime Remastered. That bitch looked so good that I knew that Prime 4 was a regular Switch game because that bitch looks very close
hmm
to what Prime Remastered is. So
it's like there's some things that I'll just, all right, I'll double dip on that. I hate to say
mhm.
it, I will double dip, but for the most part, I can
Yeah.
look at it and
Oh,
say I'm not.
we all bought Mario Kart, right? Switch,
Yeah, initially.
but we bought that bitch because I know I bought it. They put in some work.
Hmm.
They gave me another item. They gave me new characters. Obviously, all the DLC was included from
And the
the
battle mode.
previous genre and the fucking battle mode. That was the main
That's
reason
one
I
of the
bought that
best,
shit.
honestly, out of all the Wii U ports. That has the most
Yeah.
quality new stuff. Besides, like, Bowser Fury had a pretty, 5 hour additional content
Mm-hmm.
side game. Um, some were just stupid stuff or nothing
I
at
don't have a
all.
problem with Bowser's Fury. Actually, I I don't have a problem with the pricing of Bowser's Fury because of what is also included in that. I just for me, I still can't bring myself to buy it because I've already wrenched the hell out of 3D World. So it's just like I don't want to spend that much.
And that's
When that
what
biscuit dips down to the 30s,
I
35,
paid 40, and I was like, all right, that's close enough.
at 40 is fine.
And I played 3D World. I got to the special world. I got to Rosalina unlocked, and then I was like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
I'm good now. There's a lot of game left as far as levels, but
Hmm.
I just want to at least get to that point because I wanted to see like the end fight again, just to relive it. I mean, it wasn't as cool. Like that climbing the tower with Bowser in the final fight wasn't that hard,
Yeah.
really, but it was still.
I thought I had a blast with
It
that.
was
I thought it
fun.
was
The music's great.
pretty cool.
It was a fun
Yeah.
experience. What's up, Sandstorm? But yeah, I just can't. I could never get since 2018. I just could never get past or get over or accept the $60 ports of Wii U games,
Yeah.
3DS games now, and then like Mario versus Donkey Kong remakes, $50. Come on, like I think that should have been a 40 for sure.
And I'm a little bit more accepting of that one because then that was from the GBA.
That
What's
doesn't
that?
make it any better. Mario versus Donkey Kong.
For it being 50 and it's a remake from the GBA,
You're on the cusp.
I think that one's fine. Like I wouldn't have felt bad buying that one.
I'm not angry by it. I'm not. Doesn't anger me.
It's an older handheld system, and it went from a handheld to a console, and they
Mhm.
redid everything. I can
Yeah.
do $50 for that.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's probably one of the less offensive ones compared to
Mm-hmm.
what we usually get. The fuck.
Right.
It's just like, I guess it's better than 70, but 60 still
I think. I mean, well, that one was even better than 60.
I
But
sure
yeah,
hope
I get for the others. Yeah.
I sure hope that Horizon remakes fake news, but I don't think it is.
Man, I don't believe that shit. I believe
That would be
that
so stupid.
I could see if
Eh.
Sony did that dumb shit with Last of Us, I can absolutely see them doing it with Horizon.
Well, here's the thing. I think they were trying to line it up with the show, so maybe it
I
won't.
could see them
Maybe
porting it,
they
but to
cancel it.
remake it, that just doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I'm not gonna
I-
remake it. I'm
That's
gonna
what people are
remaster
saying.
it.
It's they're saying
Oh,
No,
I'm
but
not
no,
remaking it.
my question is, what are you gonna? How much can you really change? It's only been one console generation.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, it's the same. It's the same engine. What are you gonna
If
do?
you just want to put it on PS5 natively and enhance some visuals, whatever.
Ain't
but
you already played on PS5 anyway?
Yeah, if 60 FPS, it
Yeah.
still looks great. That's why it just someone's like it's listed as a remake. I'm like, if the last it was PS3 to PS5. Still unnecessary.
Well, my problem is that it
But-
already had a remaster,
It was
and
on
then they got a
PS4.
remake.
Yeah, well,
It was on
PS4
PS4 as a
version
remaster.
was
So it's like, bro, why are we doing this with the same game you just remastered a console generation ago? Like, what the fuck?
That I can play on my PS5.
Yeah, that's what made it worse. I can
Yes.
play the remaster on the PS5. Like, what the
Right.
fuck? So, unfortunately, I wouldn't put it past them, but it would be weird.
It
as
makes
fuck.
slightly more sense than Horizon to me.
No, I'm saying
Well,
because of the show, I get it. It's like, oh, okay, you want to line it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have made more sense if you didn't give me the remaster. If the remaster didn't exist, then I'd be a little bit more like, okay, the only way you could have played it was the PS3 version, and you can't play PS3 games on the PS4. So,
But it's not like it was a built from the ground up PS4 game. Like
But
Horizon.
honestly, did they need it? Because half the fan base is still on PS4 anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but we don't bring up the part, T. Shut the hell up.
Oh man. But when it comes to Xbox, half the fan base doesn't exist.
It's funny though. It's Xbox. They combine.
shit.
They're combining.
Oh, speaking of that,
all the
anyone find
Xbox
it?
One users and the Series users as saying they're the most players.
There's not that many Xbox One users.
That's
I
what I'm
would
saying.
think.
How do they have the
what-
most players in Xbox history? Based on the console sales, it doesn't make any sense.
You know what I meant to ask?
Because you're counting fucking PC Game Pass and shit.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why.
right.
I didn't mean to ask one thing. Is there a particular reason why you think that the Marvel collection isn't coming on Xbox?
Oh, I told you. That is confirmed. It's possible that it could come. It's the engine.
Really?
Yeah, it's an engine issue. I forgot what they call it, MT framework or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Xbox doesn't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking surprising.
I had to
Yeah.
download an older version. I don't know if it's MT framework, something framework, to get something to when I reinstalled. When I put I put a new hard drive and I wiped Windows, reinstalled Windows, and I was trying to get something
I
to
think
run.
it's like
and I had to
like
download
.NET,
older version,
something
of
like that.
Mhm.
whatever it's called. And I was-
Maybe Microsoft will come up with something to alleviate that, but
I'm more
Cloud
surprised they
streaming.
don't support it.
yeah, they don't. Xbox One nor Series don't support it.
I think I'm more surprised Series doesn't support it. That's kind of crazy.
Switch.
Because I thought that was a weird admission.
Mm-hmm. It's strange.
That's gonna be one of those that's like
But it's not on PS5 either, right? It's only on PS4.
PS4, yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's no,
PS4.
like-
It's PS4
There's
and
no,
Switch
I don't think
and
there's gonna be
PC.
any like noticeable difference between the Switch and the PS4 version. Like,
No, it shouldn't be.
I doubt there's gonna be loading times. Resolution isn't gonna matter.
It shouldn't. I mean, obviously the PS4 can output
why,
to a
like,
higher resolution. That's about it.
I guess I don't get, or I don't mind like a PS4 version of a game that's not gonna look any different on PS5. Why produce two separate physical versions?
Yeah.
It should like say PS4/PS5, but then but it would work. Yeah, it would work on the PS4 and the PS5. So it's like, I could see that for a game like that where there's not going to be any difference in.
Yeah, it won't be
making a separate.
Doesn't
version.
need to be.
Nah, not for something like that. Nah.
They could just say, like I said, PS4/PS5 on the box art or something.
That's what they should do.
That one, I was just curious if it was I didn't realize it was an engine issue. That's a little.
I think MM2 just revealed the sales ceiling for this type of game. What are we talking about?
M2. Hold on, what? Where do you see it?
Mario Maker 2? No. Yeah, Mario
Just
Maker 2.
just revealed the sales
Okay,
ceiling
yes.
for this type of game only selling 1 million more than the Wii U release.
I agree with both points. I think yeah, that's kind of like I don't think um now that Mario Maker's kind of wore off, I don't think the sequel was gonna like
Well,
sell
the
20 million.
the gamepad is what made that game.
But at the same
Plain and
time,
simple.
it was basically I think we got bamboozled. I think it's Mario Maker 1.5. I still, even with everything they added, I still feel
Really?
it wasn't because
I guess
Well,
my
look,
question is,
it
what could you?
how many?
was a
I
step
mean,
back.
how much more can you do with the original? Like 4 different themes. No, I think they added the 5th with the 3D world.
Yeah, fifth, but it was only
What
like
else
the
can you
2D
do? You can
sections.
just add more and more stuff that's not that to make levels that's hasn't been in the games. You can't start over and make some fresh version of Mario Maker. It's just gonna be
No, the only thing you can do is
the
make it a
NES
smoother
game. Maybe they
a
could do
smoother
some.
creation
They
experience.
could do some handheld Mario's or try to go into some 3D stuff with like 3D Land or 3D World. But at the same, I mean, you're just gonna have the original Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, and the new Super Mario Bros. Now they could add Wonder. Um, so it's not like you can do much more. It's adding the Wonder stuff. Yeah, they can make their own version, but it's just Mario Maker. It's just gonna keep basically being the same game.
Yeah.
So I don't. I think if Mario Maker 1 didn't come out and Mario Maker or on the Wii U and it was just a Switch game, I think it would have sold between 10 and 20 million. But because of the Wii U version selling 5 and then the Switch version in the pretty early in the Switch's life, I just think that held it back. I don't know. Could be wrong. Maybe that's all it would ever sell. 6 million is all it would ever sell.
Hey, Juice, you regretting selling that 3D All Stars?
Damn, what the fuck?
Probably I could use
Rising and rising, son.
Yeah,
Might
the
be
further you get away
coming.
from it, the more it costs, realistically.
Yeah, is it patient? Would you make a $6 profit?
something.
Wow,
I
T,
didn't
T,
lose
chill
money.
out, dog.
I didn't
Huh?
lose money.
Yeah, you lose.
I wasn't
money.
in it for the
That's-
long. I wasn't in the investment. I just like
Just ain't got the patience for that,
I
bro.
heard
That's-
limited-
Yeah, I was trying to tell you,
supply.
but you have to be in the long run or long haul for that.
Nah, man, he's
And
a
then I
quick
saw
scalper.
like they were
Quick
just
one.
readily available in stores. I was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna get rid of these as fast as I can.
You know what else you should go out there and get, folks? Metroid Prime Remastered. Go do it. Go get them. Go clean them up. Clean up them copies.
I do need
Join,
to buy that. Actually.
See.
join me.
Let's see what it's available.
How many copies did you buy, bro?
It's not. I think it's still at the same decent price right now, but trust me,
Hey,
that's
how
gonna
many
be
copies
next.
did you buy, bro?
I only have 4.
Yeah, it's available. at
Only,
Best Buy.
only. These motherfuckers say only 4. Bitch, that's
It's-
100. Well, how much did you spend? Like,
It's an
fucking
investment. It's an
man,
investment.
fuck you, sir.
That
That's
doesn't feel like a
ridiculous.
game they're just gonna keep manufacturing forever. You know, like
No, they're
You don't
not.
think you don't? Here's my question: do you think they'll reprint it when 4 comes out?
Hey.
they
Nope.
don't have to. I bet there's still enough in circulation.
I see them. They're still readily available. Go get them now.
Fatal Frame, yeah, that's the Maiden of Blackwater. I don't think they had a physical though, unless it was a.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was only in Japan.
Oh yeah, it was Japan.
Japan has physical. America doesn't.
It has
I-
English subtitles.
It does have English subtitles. That's why people say go ahead
Go
and
get
that.
it. Yeah.
I just didn't want to spend the money to import it.
Amazon's showing it for $56.99.
When the fuck did they?
Yeah,
Physical
you gotta
copy.
keep an eye on
no
this stuff.
way.
The prices go up and down, bro. You gotta keep an eye on that.
Wait.
They have a
I
physical
could've
copy
swore-
and the. I forgot that the 4th game came out.
I was gonna say mine was
Yeah,
only
the
like
4 game. Yeah,
I think
which I need to
That
put
came
in.
out,
53 when I bought mine, so it wasn't that expensive then even.
but it's $88 for the 4th game. I forgot that even came out.
It's probably $88.
Yeah,
Is that the one I was thinking of? That was.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
bet
was,
it
knew
would
one
be-
of them. I'm pretty sure one of them you couldn't get in the States. When did they do a physical release for this? What the fuck?
I didn't look to see.
What the fuck is
I didn't look to
this?
see who the seller. The seller is Play Canada.
So it's sold
That
11 million
makes more
copies.
sense. I'm pretty sure this ain't no fucking. Ain't no American release.
It's not. The box art doesn't look.
It doesn't
It's
look
English.
that. I don't-
There's a new
No.
thing. There's a new thing called the Asian release, and that bitch usually has English on it. It's like a yellow.
as I like to call the bootleg. release.
It'll have like a little yellow symbol, like +12 or something on it. And
Yeah.
it's like it's the Asian
Yeah, this
region.
didn't have a rating on it, so I'd have to see.
I told
like-
myself I was gonna play the port of 4, and I never did.
Yeah, now that one's expensive.
That makes sense because that one also
I
didn't.
forgot
probably
it
have a
came
full-
out. I was kind of looking forward to it.
I remembered it, but like I kind of got distracted with other things.
Maybe I saw that people were saying it wasn't. I thought 4 was like the best one. That's why.
4 is the Wii game, I believe.
Mhm.
Well, it got
Yeah,
ported.
in
It got
Japan.
ported to the Wii.
Yeah.
It got ported to the Wii when Nintendo got the license to Fatal Frame. The only games that they put out was the remake. The Wii make is what I'll call it on the Wii, and then 5. I thought they had one other game though.
You ain't got that Castlevania Legacy Collection, bro? I got 2 copies of that shit.
T's a goddamn hustler, bro.
You gotta be bullshitting, man. You gotta be looking to your future. This is I'm playing the future game here. These are investments. You know, you can get your copy digitally, play that bitch, and keep your sealed copies.
T ain't told nobody, but his entire children's college funds will be paid by fucking video
Exactly.
games.
That's the plan. That's straight up.
You're not like Craig
Exactly.
buying,
Oh,
having to refinance your house. I'm just making that up.
no, I-
Don't do that.
Dude's buying-
Hey, yo,
Dude's-
don't do
I
that.
just made that up out of the blue, but he spent
Yeah,
some
that's
money.
wild. If that was true, we
He
have to
spent
talk,
some
bro.
money on his collection. Now he made some on some.
To say if he had to refinance his house,
That's just a joke because
I'd be in tears.
I
I'd be
said
like,
I think he
yo,
spent as
sorry.
much on his collection as I have on my theater room, and he.
I
Didn't.
think Gamer Nate spent his mortgage on the fucking.
Mm. Every generation, and you start all over again.
Yo,
The new thing, and do something different.
Wow.
time to refinance
Nier
my car. The new
Automata
Nintendo
physics.
system coming out.
There was a physical version of Nier on Switch. You got it for $10 at Walmart.
Yeah, it is.
That-
Yeah,
No,
That's
yeah,
gonna
that's
be
the
rare.
airport,
Mhm.
which was
I got-
alright.
I got that too.
All right, T, you.
And you know what I do? I got that, and I bought the game on Steam Deck for like $10, and I play that version. So it ain't hurting me. I ain't stupid.
Mhm.
I ain't buying. I ain't stupid with it. I'm very responsible.
T,
So, but well, y'all.
T, can you
Where do you
can you
keep
put
your-
out
okay.
can you
I'm
T,
in
can you
retirement
put
with this.
can you
You have
put can
those
you
in a
put out
separate
can you put a
spot?
class out, dog? Can I get that educate? Can I get that course?
I don't even look at them bitches. Them bitches go right into a case, close it up, and it's separate. I don't
T,
even.
T, can I get a class?
in my
How much
collection.
you teaching these courses for, bro? I just want to
You know
know,
what?
man.
10 years
Hey,
from now,
man.
T's gonna look and he's like, "Oh yeah, I had that game just like when I found $100 that I had in my drawer from
Yeah.
10 years."
She's gonna
before."
find $5,000. Oh, that's right. I did sell Nier on Switch. I ain't forgot. Here, son,
3D
you made a
World,
couple grand.
3D World, or 3D
Oh.
All Stars sells for $1 million and shit. I got that, bro.
To be
I'm gonna
fair,
have that. I'm
I
gonna keep
have
one
it.
of them
I-
bitches for at least
to be
20 years.
fair, I have anime boxes that are kind of in that same realm, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
I wonder
okay.
what is the most valuable game I own. Like, 'cause all mine are open pretty much. I have a couple sealed. Open.
I mean, some of them are still open.
I
You know
know
what?
mine
You know,
is.
hey, here's a fun fact. You know what games are really expensive? And it's specifically the U.S. version of them.
Mm.
Pokemon games,
Pokemon games are stupid expensive. I don't know why them
but
bitches
only in
sell.
America. The Japanese
Yeah.
you can find the Japanese ones all day and everything, but the American box, like I think Ruby and Sapphire is like $300.
They're stupid expensive. I'm
$300 or
like,
$400.
why? Those games sell 10, 20 million copies.
Because
But-
you can't get them anymore ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
when I find that shit out, man,
Yeah. I can't fuck with that though.
I'm
That's
sitting
a rabbit
at
hole.
least on 10 grand between my whole collection. What the fuck?
There you go. There you go.
I was surprised how cheap some of the stuff is. Not cheap, but like, I was like, what is
Like
like
what?
a good condition N64?
Cheap. I see
Yeah.
what you did there.
I was like, what does like a
Whoa.
good condition original N64 controller go for with a tight stick? And it's like $30 or something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
I thought this should be hundreds of dollars.
It's the most disrespected controller of all time. Of course, Dennis ain't so going
You
for
know,
that.
you
No,
can't
no.
trust him either.
It depends on the variant. Now, if you got a atomic purple, well, now atomic
Okay,
purple ain't that
it's the different
expensive because
colors.
there's a lot of the different colors is where you got the 2000 Millennium Edition. Now you got some money. I think that bitch goes for $500 or $600. So it just depends on which controller you got. The regular gray one, even if it is in great condition, it don't matter. But if you got one of the color variants, and
A
I think
rare
the
one. Like a
I'm trying to think of which. I think the blue one is the most expensive when it comes to the color variant.
I
The
had
atomic
a
blue.
black and a yellow, and I gave the yellow to my nephew. I asked him if he still had it in some of my games, and he never
Now,
got back
if you
to
got
me.
the yellow banana edition, now you got some money. The one that has like the little banana ends on the there's a yellow one that has like the tip of a banana on each one of these here. It looks
Really?
like a banana tip. Yeah, that's where you got some money.
I love how you just have that sitting there.
Oh, I got it. My whole setup here. It's right
Motherfucking
here.
teleporter.
Hey,
I told you.
dude, man.
As a guy, he got a fucking portal
I'd have to
right there
pull
by
out
his
the
arm,
t-
and he
the-
just reaches into the fucking void and grabs some shit.
My shit don't. I'm a retro dude or whatever. My shit don't just sit on the shelf. Shit on the shelf.
I thought you said
I
shit
meant to
on
say
itself.
shit, but my
You
shit
took a
doesn't
shit in the
just,
shelf, man. That's crazy.
my shit don't just shit on the shelf. I actually play
They don't
it,
shit
so-
on the shelf. That's crazy, dog.
Exactly. I meant to say shit, but I
You
I
mean
fucked up
meant
I fucked up the rest of it. That's what I.
You didn't. Yeah,
Shit
you
on the
mean
chest.
your shit don't sit on the
I
shelf.
looked at my Super
No,
Nintendo the other day.
My games don't shit on the shelf. They don't just.
Oh, you
I meant to
actually
say
meant it that way.
that. Yeah, I fucked up
I
the
thought
rest
you
of
meant
that.
I'm like, damn, that's a lot of defecation on this goddamn shelf. If that's the case.
Because when you're shitting, clearly you're sitting. That's the
Mhm.
point. Man.
No, you're supposed to be sitting.
Or you can squat. That's probably the best way to
You-
do it. That's,
You can pop a squat.
that's how the Japanese do it. They don't sit on the toilet.
No, they got
squat.
bidets. They got clean assholes. I already know what's up. Bro.
That's true. But
Give me a
yeah,
bidet.
my GameCube, N64, 360, PS2, PS4. That shit's all right there. I just press a button and I go to the next system. It's all hooked up. I play everything. It ain't just sitting there rotten. You see the stuff behind me. I'm moving it every once in a while. It ain't just go look
To
at the
me-
previous videos. I'm playing them games.
It's a special occasion when I pull out an old system after 5 to 10 years and hook it up. Like to me, that's like a little.
Well, you better pull that Wii out, man, because that bitch plugged up. Because we should talk about that.
I don't have the Wii,
No,
but the Wii U.
What you mean not the Wii? The Wii U. The Wii U is a die-in. The black ones apparently. If you ain't keeping them plugged in, all you gotta do is
really?
plug it in. You don't gotta plug it. But
I had
apparently,
it plugged in
there's-
until about 2 years ago. I think I boxed it up.
they're
Maybe
getting some kind of weird memory loss issue if you don't keep them plugged in. The white
Hmm.
ones apparently aren't having that problem.
Well,
I don't know if
Terrell's
that's
is
true.
definitely dead.
I just think a lot of people just don't have that version.
Wait,
so that
what?
Nobody's.
You haven't hooked your Wii U up in a long time.
No, I
My
plugged
Wii U
it up.
sitting right there. I played that bitch
when I
last
replaced
night.
the screen of it, I had to plug it in
Oh,
to make
that's
sure the
right.
screen worked.
I need to.
So I plugged it. So technically, mine's been plugged in earlier than yours.
Yeah. Plus the battery probably in the gamepad probably wouldn't hurt to put some
Right.
hours, use it.
Mine's been plugged in since 20. What was it? What am I? 2012. 2012 is when mine's been plugged in and stayed plugged in. And I'm gonna get back online on that bit in a minute too. With that
I know,
Pretendo on
I already know
that
what you about
Pretendo
to do.
network.
I already know.
Right.
Pretendo network.
I love that
We-
they
we-
named it Pretendo. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Hey, listen for the culture. We did it
Maybe
for the
I
culture.
could turn
bro.
this. I was thinking of turning this room, getting rid of the stupid futon, getting some bookshelves, maybe
Yeah, you get on that AB James. Get on it.
maybe put a
I think
little
a
arcade
year isn't
cabinet.
that bad, but I think if you, because people, I forget, the Switch came out in 2017. Man, that was 7 years ago.
Mhm.
So, if your Wii U ain't been on that long, you might have some problems. You might,
Yeah, mine was.
but I
check-
think a couple of years is okay.
Yeah, mine's been under 2 years, I'd say. But I was
If you
thinking
want
about.
to check it.
I'm gonna eventually get a 77-inch TV in my living room, and
Woo.
I'm gonna put the 65-inch. I think I'm gonna put it in here.
Is there gonna be an OLED television?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I knew.
I'm gonna put the
I already
65
fucking
in
knew.
here and redo this room as more of a gaming room.
I want you to do a Robert and move your chair as
scared to
close
do
as
that.
you can to that bitch.
I'm scared to do that because I'm like, man, I might not want to use my theater anymore.
That's the
If
point.
I get a
That's the
TV
point.
that big and glorious, I'm like,
That's
I'm
why you
going
gotta
down
get a
there.
really big screen.
And then you gotta sit like super close to that bitch.
The thing is,
You know what I'm
though, to do a 77, I want to wall mount it, and I
That
have
bitch gonna peel the wall off that bit heavy
I
ass
have
TV.
two options. It's not that heavy. It's like 100 pounds, I think.
Mm.
Is it really?
Because my current TV sits about 26 inches off the wall because my entertainment stand and stuff, and I wanted it closer because it was looking a little small. So if I bought the 77, I'd need to get, and Best Buy has a decent one where you can swing it out, or you can push it against the wall, or you can pull it out up to 2 feet. I just think that would be awesome having that up there. Have it up a little higher.
You're a fucking wizard, T. Put that shit down.
I need to,
bro.
yeah,
Right
these
there.
amiibos.
I want to show it to that look
Did I
familiar.
say, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Did you?
I
Oh,
threw
wait,
that
did you change the
on there.
casing
I
out?
sent that to
But
T when I
He
sent
sent me the skin.
when I sent you what, the project your Xbox
With
maybe?
the, was it?
I think
Was
it's
it?
with the
Yeah. Was it that
Xbox.
long ago? Yeah. I think so. I definitely used it. It fits beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had one for
Is
the
that
Pro
just a
Controller,
skin,
too.
or is that like an actual whole shell for the?
It's just a skin.
front?
It's
It's
just
just
a
a skin.
nylon or no,
Oh yeah, I was just
vinyl
curious. I was just
vinyl
curious.
wrap.
Yeah,
I
it's a
have them on
skin.
my Pro controllers. I liked it. I still have one on my gamepad.
And if you notice, this is a must.
Oh, those I know what you meant. Is a
Yeah.
Nyko? That
I
motherfucking
wish
Yeah,
I
go
with that
Nyko.
carbon fiber. I wish I
Yeah.
would have put that carbon fiber one on, and
And you can flip that bad boy out, and you got a stand. So beautiful. Before the Switch, y'all.
I would say that's the one thing I kind of missed about the Switch had it too, but I realized when back in the Wii and Wii U, I used to always buy some extra accessory shit for my those two consoles. Whether it was that charging docking station you could get, it had the fucking the whole thing was cool. And then like the Switch, I have like Joy-Con editions, but I never did anything for the console.
somebody said there's a Daisy amiibo re-release. What Daisy amiibo from what?
Which
Smash?
one? Hold on, let me. How much? I need it real quick. Hold on.
Was it a
Hold on.
Smash Daisy?
I need a link, y'all. I ain't gonna bring this up, and then y'all ain't gonna.
Yep, $15.99 pre-order.
I got Switch accessories. So it's got to put that
I mean, it's
down
probably
on
from
that.
Mario
Oh,
Party,
they don't fit.
realistically.
It don't fit these, but
Yeah.
It's Smash.
Yeah, Smash. Okay, I already have it, but
Daisy.
yeah, it's probably from Mario Party. That'd be my assumption.
I would
What's
think
from
Mario Party.
It's got the Smash logo on the damn.
No, I mean, you can use the Smash Brothers ones on.
Oh, why are you saying
He's
they're
the
re-releasing
motivation
it?
for it is
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
is
you.
that game.
Mario Party was like one of the few games that mostly use the amiibo consistently.
Metroid Dread
Yeah.
2-pack $30.
That one has stayed in stock.
I didn't even know
weirdly
they
enough.
had Tears of the
Hey, I was gonna say I keep looking and hoping that bid go up, but I bought a couple of those, and I'm thinking no, it's gonna be because the Samus Returns one, that bitch is at $200 or something.
Now listen, T. I know you're a responsible adult, so I know you already got yourself financially covered in every other area.
Yeah,
But the way you start piling future money, bro, your funeral is gonna be the most extravagant thing in the motherfucking world, dog. You have a golden casket, have fucking Jesus himself come down and get you.
it ain't like people. Oh man, he spent a lot of money. It ain't like I went out and bought this shit yesterday. This is over fucking years. You know what I'm talking about? This
Fair
is
point, bro.
like,
That's what I tell myself about my build cost in my theater room. It's been 4.5 years. It's not like I've spent it all at once.
But it just looks expensive, and that's all that matters.
Mm.
It is, but it's worth it.
When the fuck did they bundle Odyssey with a fucking
Game?
Mario plush? What is this?
You guys even know? Mine is a Game Boy game called
What?
Castlevania Legends.
What the fuck is
Castlevania
that?
Legends.
I haven't looked at like the price of everything, so
I believe it's at $1,100.
I would guess my
Damn.
link to the
Yeah.
past, like in excellent condition, complete in box, but
And I didn't even buy that bitch. Somebody gave it to me.
I hated this man whispered in my ear and told me that. I hated it.
Years ago, somebody said, because it's just like it's just some Castlevania game on Game Boy. Who would ever think that would be worth anything? Like,
whoa.
apparently, they didn't make that many copies.
Link
that
to the
shit is
past
super
one
rare.
up in money, at least what people are asking for it. It was like $99. Now people are asking 200, 220, 350 for a complete used. Yeah, that's definitely, if these prices are what people actually pay, not just what people are posting it for. That's definitely probably my most. I don't know though. I don't look.
I'm surprised. That's one thing I'm surprised is the Wii U prices haven't gone up. I guess
Give
that
it,
has to do with the fact that they're on Switch. A lot of those games.
give him another console generation. We'll see.
What do you think Perfect Dark N64 complete in box is going for?
50
Yeah,
tops.
$49.99,
Boom!
$59.99.
I live in this world. I know. uh, complete in box,
See,
and it's weird because most of the other rare games complete in the box are fucking expensive. For some reason, Perfect Dark isn't. I don't know why.
it has to
I'm
just be a
surprised.
game that just happened to it be not rare, but just rarely. It's hard
Yeah,
to find.
Conquer is bad for a day. That bitch is
I
three
bet
hundred
so.
dollars.
I looked up Wipeout 64, and
Hey,
complete in
that
box
ain't
is like
worth shit.
$30.
Yeah,
Somebody
because
asked for
that's the worst
60
version. Why would you buy that version when
because it's
there's
a
this
collector
Saturn
item.
version and the?
Collector's item.
I'm just saying that's why nobody cares about that one because that's
Yeah.
not that
Because
great
I thought
of a
I was like,
version.
man, I forgot I had this game. I looked it up. It was 30 when I looked. Now people are trying to get 50 for it, but it doesn't mean they're getting it.
Yeah, good luck.
You
You
can
ain't
look
gonna
up
get
the
that.
completed listings, but yeah, I'm
Hmm.
curious. I don't like the thing is, especially for like the handhelds. I just bought the common popular games. I didn't buy a lot of hard to find or like games that are hard to find, rare games now. Like Zack and Wiki on the Wii,
I thought that shit would be expensive. It's not. That shit's cheap.
$13.99 complete in box.
Cheap. Complete in
16.99.
box. One of the best games on the Wii.
And you would think it was hard to find, but
Yep.
what about
In the
uh
hunt.
Okami with the IGN
This is
logo?
probably my second. Akami ain't worth shit either.
No, it's not. It's weird. There was an interview
$7.
about that recently. And Deki
It's what
Kamiya
the
was
fuck.
talking about that recently.
$5,
Sad.
$4.99.
Talking about how much that game didn't sell. Okami.
What about Mad World?
That ain't worth shit either.
Is it not? Really?
Nope.
Damn.
15, $20. People are $10 here. 15.
All right. It's just 15, $20 ain't worth nobody's time. If you're collecting and trying to make some money out,
You'd have to have a shit ton of those type of games that you got in a really like in a big bundle for free almost.
you need this console. You want to make some money.
Yeah.
It's like this is an expensive fucking game right here, son. I didn't buy this because I thought it was gonna be expensive. I bought this back in the day. I didn't think this shit was gonna be worth anything. This is on PlayStation as well, and it's expensive on PlayStation. I guess they didn't make that many copies. PS1 version is expensive too, but not as expensive as the Saturn version.
You can never
This is
predict.
Crazy world.
You can just buy
No.
a shit ton of games and hope to get lucky, but you never know what's
Right.
like Devil's Third.
Yeah.
I guess in hindsight it makes sense, but
The game sucked ass, and
you
Nintendo didn't care about it.
$5.99. Like
$5.99,
fucking
$599.
Kit from Kit and
That's what
Chris.
that discount-
Yeah,
You're right.
Kit and Chris Kit has 2 sealed copies that he got.
Goddamn.
He's like he's never getting one. I
Goddamn you.
don't know if he got one signed or not, but got him for working at Nintendo and no interest in the game.
I got my one open copy. That's what I got. And that bitch is worth $350 for. But I can't sell it. I mean, I'm gonna do that for. I wish I would have bought an extra copy. Shit, it's only $60, man.
I wish I would have bought Breath of the Wild
mad.
on Wii U and just kept it.
No, you don't.
Not that it's
No,
gonna
you
be worth
don't.
anything. I just thought it'd be cool to have.
Oh, I was gonna say because that ain't worth shit either. I thought for sure that would be worth some money. I think it's like 45 brand new, sealed.
What do you think the 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions, not the single big collection, but the 3 extended edition like by themselves releases but sold together DVDs, even in good condition.
DVD?
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that doesn't hold that much value because they keep
$25, $30.
Yeah, they're going for 40, all 3. But that one,
You talking about the one I have?
I
think you got it too.
The big collector's set that comes in a special case, so that's going for more.
Yeah, the big one.
Oh, this person's only got it listed for $22.99. That's got to be fake.
I think a lot
Yeah,
of
they don't
people
know
thought
the
New
it's,
Super Mario Brothers U was the Wii game in HD. Expensive add-on. Yeah, how much is that worth on Wii U? Probably nothing.
Which one?
Mario Brothers
Uh,
U.
New Super Mario Brothers
Oh,
U.
what about Super Luigi U? That physical, that
It
might
ain't
be.
worth shit.
No,
Nope. Look it up. It ain't worth shit. I already been there. $15,
Is it
20.
really?
25, 30.
Oh, it went up a little bit. I mean, the DLC was how much was it? $20,
I
right?
think it was 20,
Yeah.
but the physical was 30, I believe. What
Yeah, physical
about?
copy.
All right, this is gonna be the moneymaker here.
What?
I don't know what it's called. It came with Star Fox Zero. I was making a joke. That's like
Name
worth
that
$2.
price trivia.
It was worth like $2. I think we looked it up already. The game that came with Star Fox Zero.
Oh man.
Star Fox Guard.
Star
Guard
Fox Guard.
sealed like $2.
Didn't you bring this up like
Yeah.
the last podcast we did? I'm
No,
pretty sure
last
you
time we
brought
were
this
looking
up.
up stuff. I think.
It wasn't that long ago. I feel like this was like maybe a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I bought that too. I bought a second copy. Star Fox Zero and Guard ain't worth a goddamn shit. It
If
ain't
I'm
worth
thinking
it.
the most expensive game I probably have is the Pokemon, not Coliseum, but the bonus disc that came with it to get a free Jirachi. I have that, and that goes for like $300 to $500.
It's
I
nice to
think.
see the Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition complete in box has finally gone up. That was around $100 when I looked like 5 years ago. Now it's in the
What game?
The Ocarina of Time, the Collector's Edition, complete in good conditions. Going. This one's not in great conditions. Going for
On
$220.
64?
Yeah, the N64 version with the gold Collector's Edition version with the actual reflective like.
Yeah, that's
Plastic.
what makes it expensive. And
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off. I don't know what happened to mine. I'm so pissed
I got mine
because I have
still.
the collector's edition. I got a T-shirt with that bit.
Yeah, that's definitely the most expensive game looking at that I've looked up so far.
That's just expensive. It's just because of that gold. Not gold. Well, it's gold
It's like
and it's like
plasticky on top of the
foil.
cardboard.
It's like a foil. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. That and I don't know. Majora's Mask, is that one?
Oh,
The
Super Luigi's
lenticular-
U used to be 60 to 100 before the new Super Mario Brothers U on Switch and the double pack probably. Or the double pack and probably the Switch version. Huh. Yeah, I'd be curious to go through my entire like even some random Xbox game I have might be who knows could be worth something. I gave you
Yeah.
what was it, Outlaw Volleyball 2 or something I sent you?
Yeah, that ain't worth it.
Damn.
There's not a lot of Xbox games that are worth a lot. There's certain games like Outrun. Forget which one it is. I think it's Outrun 2. But yeah, not a lot of Xbox games are that expensive. What's the Panzer Dragoon? If you got that,
You want the original one or the?
Panzer Dragoon Orta.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, if you got it, if you have it complete, it's decent money, I think. But there's not a whole lot, surprisingly.
I don't think Xbox don't have that many rare games, do they?
No,
Is Blinks expensive?
nope.
I didn't think so. But I was just curious.
Blinks 2 is a little bit more expensive, but
I
It
forgot
ain't
that
worth
game
shit.
has a sequel. And be real with you.
Blinks is backwards compatible too. The sequel isn't, which kind of pisses me off.
Is it not?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why?
Only Blinks 1, I have no idea. I have no idea. It annoys the shit out of me. It's like, why the fuck can
That's
I play
so
Blinks
dumb.
2 in my Xbox Series? And that shit looks super clean.
There's got to be some sort of way those games were made that like prevents them from being easily transitioned over to the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
I just wish I would. I don't know.
Gold Mario, the amiibo. Is that what you talking about?
That
ADJ?
used to be a lot more. Robert, I think, had his mom paid like
Yeah.
120 to get it for him because he's.
It was
had
not worth that
He
damn much.
had-
That shit ain't
have it.
worth nothing now.
The assumption is
You
it
think-
was going to be worth something, and I don't think it is.
Is there any amiibo you think that are worth like a good amount at this point?
They're not like crazy. I think some of the Monster Hunter
Yeah, some of the more
ones
niche
are up
ones.
there. Yeah. If you got like
Um,
those monsters from the Monster Hunter, what was it? The latest one, or the latest one on Switch anyway.
Rise.
they're my stories.
Rise. No,
Oh,
Rise. Yeah, and some of the stories ones are expensive from 3DS.
yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a niche thing like that.
I'm looking. There's some defect ones that are weirdly.
Remember Mewtwo was expensive or some shit?
Oh, the Skyward Sword Zelda one's kind of high.
Oh, is it? How much is it?
I hope this isn't true. They got this bitch up here for like 18 grand.
Oh, what the fuck?
But I don't know how genuine. You know why? Because they're still in box.
I guess
I don't think some of these don't seem genuine though. Let me.
ain't nobody
fucking-
buying that shit for no 18 grand.
Yeah, let me go around. Most of them are selling them in collections. Oh well, I see Gold Mario brand new for 5,000. I don't know how many people are gonna buy these like this, but okay.
Yeah. If you can sell that bitch now, because that shit ain't gonna be worth nothing.
Yeah, because the way they're doing it now is that they're selling them in batches.
Uh,
Yeah, the
I
amiibo
think,
thing's gonna take a while before that one. People really figure out what was worth what. I'm
What
betting
about
it's gonna be the
Bayonetta?
niche ones.
She
What?
got like the variants of Bayonetta, maybe.
The Bayonetta 1 and 2 for Smash?
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
one
think
might be.
that might be a little bit higher.
I still got a bunch in box for amiibo.
I think pretty much anything that's 3DS is a little, except for Chibi Robo, surprisingly.
You want the game or the amiibo?
The amiibo.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
that was the only way you can get the amiibo was through the game. And
Yeah.
nobody wanted that garbage ass game.
Someone's like, I have it in box. I'm like, man, fuck.
That garbage ass game.
I got that
bro.
sealed copy of Codename Steam.
Why do you have that sealed again?
I just
I got a sealed copy of it too. I'm
I
hoping
picked
one
it up.
day.
You mean your second copy of it?
thought
You
I
fuck?
got
Yeah.
caught up in the
Yeah.
hype of the people around me, and I picked it up, and I was like, I don't want to play this game, and I'll open it next, and I just never fucking opened it.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
GG's.
I say keep it sealed.
You don't
And buy,
get
like
it.
a
What the
loose,
fuck?
buy a loose copy.
This man GGG,
Like-
GG, or you had just emulated.
$10. Like $10. You can buy a loose copy of that bitch for or cheaper. Which is sad. It's sad to me. I can't believe that game, a very good game on 3DS, that Nintendo really pushed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember-
Same with
got
Ever
this
Ever
guy.
Oasis. They pushed Ever
I
Oasis.
remember interviewing Corey over that shit. I still remember that interview with
Mhm.
Corey from Nintendo. They were pushing that shit, and that bitch did not sell. Because why? I mean, maybe because they put it out next to the Majora's Mask. What the fuck? What were
Yeah,
they
that wasn't
thinking?
smart. That wasn't smart.
And it got buried.
Hmm.
It's like I mentioned earlier, Beyond Good and Evil. They pushed that bitch out like around Call of Duty, and
Sands of Time.
what was the Ubisoft game? Sands of Time, and they buried their own game. What the hell are you doing? And that game still ain't worth anything. You'd think it would be, but
Apparently,
GameCube
they're still
even the
working on
GameCube
2.
copy.
They're still working on the sequel.
Man, they can shut the hell up
No.
on that. I don't care.
They said Jade's next adventure. Well, they ain't barely showed Jade. They teased her, but they showed just some
Why
random.
did they give up on that random ass character
Mhm.
they were trying to use? And they said, let's go back to Jade because everybody fucking knows Jade, and we don't know who this random ass nobody character is. Like, if you're gonna make a sequel to a game that is like a cult classic that's beloved, you won't throw a new fucking character in it. You gotta give the character that everybody, the few people who love that series, you gotta give them their character. Like, I don't understand what they were thinking with that shit. I think they were thinking quadruple A or something. It don't need to be quadruple A. Just make a great sequel.
Just put a in front of it. The fuck? Like, put the game out. We ain't trying to-
Gameplay still holds up in that game. So, especially with games coming out like Kena,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of similarities to Kena with the gameplay. So stop messing around, y'all. Oh, I got another what they call them, ROM hack. can't stop buying these bitches. You don't need to even buy them. You can get them for free. But I like having the cart. It's Super Mario 64, The Missing Stars. So this is like DLC, son. New World. I can't get over how good these freaking reproduction carts look. They look like original carts. It's crazy.
Is there any way to tell them? Is there any way to tell them apart?
Good question. The easiest way is to look at that damn ROM chip or the ROM cart. Yeah. It looks very different. It's not, the color. Let me see if I can find. Well, I don't even have.
You don't just have one you can call your ass. Come on,
I don't have one over here. Oh my God!
Bullshit.
What do I do?
Look at
Oh, that's 40 weeks away.
No, don't do it.
Oh, that's a repro game. Oh, hold on.
Damn, man.
Oh, these are all repros. Damn, I can't reach the.
Ain't no fucking way, bro.
Oh, here we go. All right, so you can see the difference. Oh wait, that's repro too. Sorry, hold on.
Fuck is going
repro. Oh, all right, here we go.
This, bro.
Indiana Jones. It's an expensive game, by the way. Indiana Jones. So you can see the difference in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See how dark it is, and all of the hacks look like this.
Oh, okay.
Like the pins.
That's the easiest way. Yeah. Like they even started doing the game bits because they used to didn't use game bits. That's the screw style, the weird screws for. They used to just use Phillips or whatever. Yeah. Now they're even using game bits. You can't even tell from that. So
I mean, they very much are trying to do. It's just tricking people at a certain point.
Yeah, they can trick certain people. They ain't tricking me. They can trick some people with that.
I've been in the game too long, man.
I know the game. I've been in the game too long. I know just by looking at that bit. And people, like, they'll tell you to open up. Some people are like, hey, I want to see the board. Open that bitch up. And you have to do it.
Yeah, because I know motherfuckers be lying.
To make an actual gold N64 cartridge that's like the NES gold, where it's a reflective, shiny, smooth gold instead of the texture.
Nobody's done that, yeah.
That was so disappointing when I got Ocarina of Time. It was like a textured gold cartridge instead of the shiny.
Yeah, and it fades and shit. Is yours fading?
Mine wasn't fading, but it's always in the box. So.
Yeah, because you don't play it. That's why. I've been playing the shit out of that game.
Yeah, that's so cold.
I think I beat it 3 times.
Only 3?
I'm just messing with you. But yeah, that's it fades. Like the paint is coming off that bit. It's ugly.
All right, well, let's get out of here. I got stuff I got to do.
Me too. I got a lot of shit to do.
But sorry, guys, we didn't have like a topic. We didn't have a direct to talk about, so we didn't get the.
I mean, there's nothing like gaming. There's ain't been a lot.
What the hell? What the hell?
We still gave you a 2-hour podcast, so
something for Clock to listen to while he's at work or whatever.
Listen, just enjoy the Oreo podcast. That's all I'm saying.
He gonna love this too. We talking retro stuff too. He's gonna be all in this one.
So, all right, thanks you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next. We're not. Can't do it next Monday. Be off for sure. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Maybe try to do a Sunday one or something, but we'll see.
Maybe.
Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Esau.
Oops, I hit not yet instead of end.
Not yet.
There we go.
Never back down. Not